Hello everyone. Welcome. Hope you can hear me. Welcome along to this watch along, stage 14 of the Tour de France here to Markstein. 121k still to go, and as you can see, we've upgraded. We've upgraded since yesterday. Really enjoyed yesterday's first stream back in over 5 years. And here we go. We've got some new graphics on screen, so hopefully they add to the experience. Hopefully we can keep up with things a little bit better. I spent a lot of time yesterday evening putting all this together, and hopefully we can have some fun today. This stage is already turning out to be a beauty right now. We've got a big breakaway, 3 EF riders currently on the front, 120.9k to go for me, and surely these guys drilling it for Richard Carapaz. He's got to be the favourite today for this stage if it goes to the breakaway. Anyway, welcome in, guys. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Hello. Who've we got in the chat? Is the chat working on screen? Should be working on screen, so might try and fix that. But Finley, welcome in, Finley. Mata and Heis as well. Welcome in, guys. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Yeah, and hopefully this stage is going to be a real corker. As it's turning out to be already so far, 120.7k to go, 2k to go on this first climb of the day, the Grand Ballon. And yeah, hopefully this graphic at the bottom, the stage profile, does stay in sync. I can resync it if it goes out of sync, but yeah, we're just going to try with this for now. And I can also update the standings and points as well at the top right. So yeah, let's enjoy this stage, guys. We've got a massive breakaway. Let's actually have a look at who's up the roads. Anyway, let me know. How are you guys doing? How's your Saturday going? What have you been up to this morning? Yeah, let me know. Let me know what's going on in your life, guys. Finley, excited for the stage, to be honest. Didn't expect Pidcock in the breakaway. No, I don't think anyone expected Pidcock in the breakaway. That was a massive surprise from Pidcock. Yeah, 4th place in the GC and sneaking into the breakaway. Love to see it, to be honest. But if a rider's going to do that, it's probably going to be Tom Pidcock. He's a crazy guy. Mata says, Mata Fabi in the chat, today Sexas is going to win. Okay, well, let's see. He's going to have to beat Pogacar from the GC group. And that's not going to be easy. Let's be real. So is this working or is this not working? Let's try this again. I'm going to try and do some live fixes to try and get the chat on screen. Should be there. And if it's, I don't know why it's not there. Anyway, 1.5k to go to the top of the Grand Ballon climb. And today is important for the KOM jersey as well, because if anyone wants to win that jersey that isn't Tadej Pogacar, they have to go for some big points today. And I reckon Carapaz wants it. And I think Pidcock wants it as well. We've seen him sprinting for points in this jersey. Parapantra up the road as well. It's going to be really fun. Finley's doing fine. Yes, I'm all good. Thank you as well, mate. Good to hear you're doing well. Yeah, it's been a wild few weeks, I'm not gonna lie. Very busy, very draining, and of course there's not been many videos on the channel, not the plan. But we're hopefully going to get things back on track in the next week or so. But yes, I'm doing okay, thank you, mate. Thanks for asking. Andrew, how is the Fanta Cycling League going? Now that is a great question. I think I'm 2nd place right now, and you know what? I'll find the standings for you after this KOM sprint, because 1.1k to go. Now we're going to see who's really in for the KOM jersey. And yes, it would seem that the chat is not working on screen, which is not ideal. So I'm going to try and fix it. And most likely fail to fix it. Anyway, 900 meters. Is that Bourdin on the front for EF? And then Ben Healy. Tobias Johannesson right there, maybe going for the KOM jersey. Love to see that. Love to see him potentially going for this jersey. Ryan Turk. The PCM videos will be returning. Sorry for the absence lately. Like I said on yesterday's stream, I'm going to talk about it in an upcoming video. talk about the current state of PCM, talk about where I've been, what's been going on, and we'll go from there. Because I think we need to talk about the state of PCM, to be honest. Read into that what you will. Okay. 600 meters to go. So yeah, just so you can make sure you're synced up with me, I am 620 meters to go, 610, 604, 593. We're almost now 500 meters to go for this first KOM of the day. And we're going to find out who really wants this jersey at this Tour de France. Victor Campenert's on the back, clinging on for Visma, who have 3 riders in this breakaway, by the way. Strong move by them. And UAE, sorry, of course, controlling this breakaway. For a certain Tadej Pogacar, I reckon he wants this stage win. Okay. So this chat should be on screen. So I'm going to try and fix that after this KOM, guys. But EF absolutely drilling it right now. Is that Georg Steinhauser actually on the front for EF? Looks like it by his face. And who's going for this KOM jersey? I expect Valentin Parapantra to go for it. I think we'll see Tobias Johannesson go for it as well. And I think we'll see Pidcock pop out. Here comes Pidcock moving up. Is that Healy going? Healy leading out Richard Carapaz. Oh, it's an absolute festival here on Grand Ballon. Here comes Valentin Parapantra flying past Richard Carapaz. Oh my word, what an acceleration by Parapantra. Carapaz cannot respond to that, and Valentin Parapantra is going to take 10 points at this KOM. Carapaz second place. We'll have Healy third. I think, is that, okay, it's one of the Johannesson bros getting 5th and the other one getting 6th place. Interesting. Valentin Parapantra, of course, said he wants this KOM jersey before the Tour de France even began, so no surprise there. But that kick was impressive. Very, very impressive. Finley, Pidcock, Parapantra and Bourdin are 1 point apart in the KOM standing so far, and all of them are in the break today. Indeed. Well, not anymore, because Carapaz and Parapantra are definitely clear now. We'll have the KOM graphic pop up on screen as well shortly, as Carapaz continues this move over the top. This guy is crazy. I didn't expect that. He's got 3 teammates in the group behind, and he's attacking in this descent. You love to see Richard Carapaz. Anyway, let's see the standings, because Pogacar started the day on 42 points. I'll wait for it to pop up on screen so we can see it as well. I've updated the sprint standings after the intermediate sprint before we went live. Philipsen won that one, of course. And yeah, Ayuso in the white jersey. But yeah, I can't look at the fans on the roadside. Wow, this is incredible. So many fans here on the Grand Ballon. You love to see it. You really do. Look at that. That is incredible. You rarely see that many fans on the descent as well. Anyway, here we go. Pogacar, 42 points. Vingegaard, 27 points. Then Carapaz, 18. Pidcock, 18. And Parapantra, 18. So let's try and update these. Parapantra now on 28 points. He goes into 3rd place. Oh no, he goes into 2nd place. Ahead of Jonas Vingegaard. Carapaz is that up to 27 points, tied with Vingegaard. So I think they're the new top 5 standings. I've updated those in stream now. And this is going to be such a quick day. There's riders clinging on at this point. Literally clinging on. Anyway, Finley says, going to be fun. Also, Carapaz, I'm a little bit ahead. I'll wait a little before saying stuff. Yeah, okay, appreciate that, mate. Because, yeah, I am live on my stream. Yeah, making sure I'm live. 117.5k to go. I'm now on. Yeah, Finley, it's going to be a battle between Carapaz and Valentin Parapantra for the KOM jersey. Certainly looks that way. Pollitt, is he still pulling in the peloton? I saw him about 5k ago just before going live, and that man is unbelievable. That man is absolutely unbelievable. What a rider. Nils Pollitt, a cobble classic specialist. He's so strong in the mountains for Pogacar. He just pulls all day. What a diesel. Anyway, I'm gonna try and fix the chat on stream now, guys. So just give me a moment. while I'm doing this, let me know in the chat, early predictions, who's going to win this stage. Only 1 minute 23 to the yellow jersey. Is the breakaway going to do it? Of course, Pidcock's in that group, so I can't see many teams being very happy with this breakaway. But then again, is Pogacar scared of Pidcock? Probably not. Let me know in the comments who you think is going to win the stage. I'll give you my take after I get the chat on screen, because yeah, this is quite frustrating. I'm just going to do a test follower. So the follower pop-up works, the test follower, but the chat apparently not. Your stream's chat. Let's have a look what's going on here. Stream chat, text settings. I mean, it should be right there. It's not a problem with the stream elements either. I'm a streaming noob, guys. What can I say? I'm trying to learn. I'm trying not to be a noob, but currently I am most definitely a streaming noob. Right. Let's try and just put this chat box on again. I appreciate this isn't the most enjoyable moment for me to do this, but needs must. Because I want this stream to look good for you guys. Text settings. So we're on white text, size 18. See how that looks here. But Carapaz and Parapantra continuing this over the top. Like I said, I did not expect to see that here today, as I have adverts on my stream, so that's just great. Maybe if I move it up. Nope. Oh, it's because it's the chat box from Twitch and not YouTube. Got it. So only the chat coming through from Twitch and not YouTube. Okay, that makes sense. Sorry about that, guys. Just just a complete noob at this. Anyway, we've got Nick L07P4T. What a username, my friends. Hi, Joe. Do you still think this tour is exciting now that Tadej is this strong? It's a bit less than a close Grand Tour for GC. It's impressive, by the way, from Tadej. Yeah, that's an interesting one, you know, because before this Grand Tour started, I really thought this was going to be a really close Grand Tour. That's not true. I thought the GC battle would be really exciting, and I was actually excited for the GC battle with Del Toro coming, Ayuso for the first time not riding for UAE. Who else? We have Evenepoel and Lipovitz teamed up for the same time. Bit of drama there. Sexas, of course, the 19-year-old from France. I just felt like there was a lot of fun stories coming into this GC. And a lot of riders have said they think that Vingegaard can beat Pogacar this season at the Tour de France, which obviously he's not been able to so far, and it doesn't look like he's going to. So I had high hopes for a close GC battle. It's obviously not been close for the yellow jersey, but I also think it's a really fun battle for the podium behind. So the white jersey's really close right now. Yeah, it's still a fun GC, even if not for the yellow jersey, you know? And I think Pogacar is just a complete different level to everyone. Not even just in climbing, just in his all-round racing ability. He's so strong. Like, we saw him attack on the Tourmalet. He only took 30 seconds on the Tourmalet. He then opened up that gap to over 2 minutes 30 in the descent and valley afterwards. So that just proves he's not a pure climber. He's just the all-round rider. He's an all-round beast. So, yeah, there's no match in Pogacar, and it's a bit less exciting. I wish there was a battle for the yellow jersey, to be honest. I've forgotten what it's like to have a really close battle for the yellow jersey at the Tour de France. And I didn't really expect it this year. But despite that, I still think there's some fun storylines in the GC. That's what I think. So yeah, I haven't lost interest completely in the in the GC battle. There's a lot of stories. The white jersey's really fun this year, as you see at the top right. Ayuso, Sexas, and Del Toro within 1 minute of each other. So yeah, there's still lots to watch. And today, obviously, a lot of those storylines are gonna come to the fruition. What do you think? What do you guys think? Do you think the fact Pogacar is so dominant makes the Tour de France boring for you? Are you still interested? Let me know what you think. Hopefully that answers your question. I feel like I just yapped on about nothing there. Roglic 506. We've got Primoz Roglic in the chat. Who do you think will get third overall at the end of the Tour de France? Now that's a big question. And I'm gonna go with, I feel like I'm a bit low on this camera. Just gonna adjust that. Who's gonna be third place? Well, I think Vingegaard will get second, but it's not a certainty at this point. That's one thing. Vingegaard is not locked into. He's not locked into second place. Very close behind. And I've said it from the start. I'm going to stick with it. I think Isaac Del Toro will finish on the podium in third place. He's currently dropped down the GC, but he's so damn good, and I think we'll see him there again today, right at the front. So that's my shout. That's my slightly rogue shout. Isaac Del Toro to be third place in the GC at this Tour de France. So I've got Pogacar, I've got Vingegaard, I've got Del Toro on the podium. Yeah, let me know what you think. Who's going to finish on the podium? Roglic? Sadly, not Primoz this year. Finley, it's going to be a GC stage. Pogacar going to go for the win. If the break managed to stay ahead, then probably Carapaz. Yeah, I think that's all fair. I think it's let's look at the state on PCS, because we now have 5 riders at the front: Carapaz, Healy, Parapantra, and the Johannesson twins. That's cool to see. And the gap to the peloton, 1 minute 45. Okay, and the breakaway coming apart a little bit behind. Hey, I'd love to see this 5-rider breakaway go clear. Now Pidcock is in that group behind. I feel like that 5-rider breakaway at the very front could go clear. A few teammates in there as well. Look at Anders Johannesson. What a rider. What a rider. He's obviously not as good as Tobias, but he's still such a good climber. I feel like he's underrated just because his brother has more prominent results. The breakaway group has shattered completely. Indeed it has, Finley. Indeed it has. As we go over this climb properly, there was that little plateau on top, and that was, of course, the finish line. That's why there's so many fans in that section of the course. We'll come back here for the finish in about 100 kilometers time. 109 kilometers to be exact. Andrew, I think the final climb of the Tourmalet stage messed up the GC battle for the win, and the climb was too easy for Vingegaard and the gap exploded. Vingegaard is locked in second place. On the Tourmalet, he was 1 minute ahead of everyone else. Yeah, he was a lot stronger on the Tourmalet, but I feel like Vingegaard doesn't look that good this season. Like, at the Tour de France. Obviously, he dominated the Giro. The Tour is a different beast. He's ridden his Giro this season, so there's no guarantee he'll be his normal, standard, incredible third week self. He should get second. But I feel like it's not a complete lock this year like it has been in previous years. I think Florian Lipovitz is really strong as well. I think we'll see that today. Yeah, if he doesn't crash. That's fair, if he doesn't crash. This has a better chance, but probably still Pog, says Tom Dork. Yeah, now Pidcock is behind. You know what? I'm going to say it. I'm going to say this breakaway group go and win. Parapantra, Johannesson, and Carapaz all up there. This would be such a fun group to go and win this. Go and win this stage. I'd love to see this break win. And behind we have some chasers. Arensman, Castrillo, and Rubio at about 30 seconds. And then I think the rest of the breakaway are going to be swept up and engulfed by the yellow jersey group. And Nils Pollitt. Honestly, I can't get over Nils Pollitt. What a rider riding on the front. Nick L. I mean, it's still the Tour, so that makes it exciting, and definitely the white jersey is very interesting with the team of Trek, who are tremendously strong. Little Trek have really surprised me this year. I don't know what you guys think, but Ayuso and Skelmos have never been, in their careers so far at least, I know they're both still quite young, they've never been the most consistent GC riders, particularly in Grand Tours, much more so in 1 week races. So it's been really impressive for me to see them so consistent at this Tour de France. And I didn't expect to see that, but it's really nice to see. It's really, really nice to see, actually. And what did I want to say on that? On Little Trek? Yeah, I was thinking about them the other day. Ayuso and Skelmos, and they've really not had to do any work. When the race explodes, they sit in the chasing group. They sit on Vingegaard, they sit on Remco, and they don't do any of the chasing themselves. But I feel like they're not going to be able to get away with that anymore. Do you know what I mean? Because now they've proven they're right up there in the GC. Those riders, Remco and Vingegaard, are just going to be like, hey, you have to do your turn in the final 20k after Pogacar's dropped us. So that's something I'm definitely intrigued to see, how this Little Trek situation develops. As we see now, 105k to go. The third group on the road, I believe, with Quinn Simmons, Bernal, Engelhardt, Pidcock, looks like they're going to be caught pretty quickly by the peloton. No real tempo in this group, it has to be said. How long is left in this stage exactly? We have 105k to go. So this overlay at the bottom, I built this with Claude, my mate Claude, last night. And it doesn't pull the live data. I have to update it myself, which is really annoying. But I'm testing it out today, and basically the kilometers to go is not going to be quite right. I'm going to have to update it myself. So I'm currently at 104.6k to go. So I've just updated that in stream. Let's go 104. There we go. So if the kilometer counter is off down below, let me know. And apologies, basically, is all I can say to that. Anyway, Finley, welcome in over on Twitch. Thank you for the follow. And Taylor, welcome in, my friend. For nice graphics. Thank you, sir. Thank you, mate. I was just saying I built these with my good friend Claude. Don't know if you guys know him, but he's a pretty cool guy. And yeah, we built this together last night. I'm not sure how well it's going to work, but hopefully it's working fine right now. And like I said, I'm having to update it myself. So did I get the KOM standings right? Yes, I did. Pidcock down to 5th place on 18 points. But Parapantra and Vingegaard, sorry, not Vingegaard. Parapantra and Carapaz, definitely the only two riders who can beat Tadej Pogacar in the polka dot jersey. Anyway, Taylor, welcome in. Hope you're having a great day, my friends. How is your Saturday going so far? What have you been up to? Andrew says 3 Visma riders humiliated by Nils Pollitt. Honestly, Nils Pollitt is unbelievable. I'm gonna have a look at him on First Cycling right now. What is that man's mountain attribute? He's got 72 mountain on PCM in the World DB right now. 79 stamina, 71 medium mountain, 72 mountain. For a guy who's, 80 plus kilos and 190 centimeters. Hey, what a guy. What a guy. But you're right. Sepp Kuss and Matteo Jorgensen should not be really getting caught by Nils Pollitt in the mountains. Or maybe they should. Nils Pollitt needs an upgrade. He needs that 73 mountain in PCM after this ride. Let's see that happen. Come on. Do you guys recognize this finish from when Pogacar won on this stage a few years ago? That kind of little bump in the road on the finish line. That's iconic to me. In that Pogacar revenge stage win after he lost the yellow jersey. Midnight Rider, I think it's less of Jonas getting worse, but more of Poggy just getting better and widening the gap between the two. I think you're absolutely right. I really do. Because it's clear. All of the riders say they're riding their best numbers ever, right? So they're all getting better, just better and better every single year. So I have no doubt right now, Vingegaard is a stronger rider than Jonas Vingegaard of 4 years ago when he won the Tour de France. But it's not good enough anymore to beat Tadej Pogacar. So I think you've nailed it there, mate. Midnight Rider with the hot take. Taylor, pretty good. In a flow of daily uploads now, so I'm usually editing or scheduling an upload while watching. Hey, Taylor. Taylor is smashing it, guys, over on YouTube with the Tour de France game uploads. So go follow Taylor. His username on the side of the screen right now. Go check out his Tour de France YouTube videos. Really good watch, and I'm looking forward to my rider this series. Yeah, that's going to be good, man. Certainly more consistent than me during the Tour de France with your uploads, mate. Andrew, yeah, Nils Pollitt is unbelievable, but come on, Jorgensen can't be caught by Nils Pollitt. Yeah, you're right, but I think Jorgensen has been ill. He's obviously getting over it now. He's going in the breakaway, or at least trying to go in the breakaway. But I think Pollitt, sorry, not Pollitt. I think Jorgensen has been ill, so he's clearly not at the peak of his powers. Anyway, we're about to cross the 100k to go marker. 100.2k to go for me. 100k to go. Let's settle in. Hope you guys are comfy. Hope you've got your popcorn. I've got no popcorn right now, but I do have my refreshing glass of water. There's nothing better, honestly. There's the occasions I love a beer. There's the occasions I love a soft drink. I love a Diet Coke. But nothing for me beats a glass of cold, fresh water, honestly. Call me boring. Call me crazy. Water is just undefeated, if you ask me. Finley says 72 mountain in PCM. On the TDF game it was 60. I had to up it to 68. Yeah, the stats on the Tour de France game are never quite right, are they? Actually, I was updating some of those last night myself, just because, like you, I was thinking some of these are not right. I think Ganna as well has about 60 mountain, and granted, he's not the best climber. He's not as good as Nils Pollitt in the mountains, but yeah, some of the stats on that game are not quite right. That's for sure. And I feel like I could get a job doing the stats for the Tour de France game every year. Maybe I should apply for that. In fact, I feel like everyone in this chat could probably apply for that and be more qualified than the guys at Cyanide doing it. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking, Cyanide. You guys are fine. I remember the example Vincenzo Nibali said in 2022 after his last Giro that it was the best performance of his life. Yeah, exactly, Andrew. This is a man who's won every Grand Tour, who's won San Remo, who's won Lombardia. What a palmarès. And he won all those races and said he was best in 2022 when he didn't win a Grand Tour. It's just wild to me how much cycling has improved. I would love to see Chris Froome up against like peak Chris Froome. What's peak Chris Froome? Maybe 2016, 17? I would love to see that man go up against Pogacar from today and just see where he's at. Anyway, Tobias Johannesson interview, so I'm going to listen into this. I'm not sure if you guys have a Tobias Johannesson interview. I'm watching on HBO Max. Let's listen to Tobias. So he's being asked if he expects UAE to control. Tobias. Oh, Tobias, I like it, buddy. Tobias Johannesson, all in for the breakaway. He said it from the start. Tobias, he's all in on the stage win. No longer in the GC. It's all in for the breakaway or bust in the Gruppetto. So yeah, Tobias basically saying his GC bid is over at this Tour de France, which I love to hear. Because Tobias Hansen, guys, you know I like him. You know he's one of my favourite riders. A rider who has never won a World Tour race, has never won a Grand Tour stage, and of course never won at the Tour de France. Come on, Tobias. We want to see a Tobias Hansen victory today. That's what we want to see. That's exactly what we want to see. Yeah, Taylor, I hear what you're saying about the flat stages last week. They were pretty fun. We had some fun stages. Even on the flat sprint days. And yes, Perkin Commerce Cycling. Welcome in, my man. Uno X winning. Yes, they could be. They could be. They could be. I'd love for Tobias Johannesson to win, just for my fantasy cycling team, Midnight Cycle. You are all about the fantasy cycling right now. And you know what? Let's check the fantasy cycling league that we built before the race with the draft against Benji and Lucas Plays. Let's have a look. I don't think I set a captain today, so I've definitely lost points here. And I do have Tobias Johannesson in my team as well, so let's have a look. Okay, here are the standings. Hopefully you guys can see that. Is that going to adjust? There you go. There it is. I'm in third place. Of course, miles clear of Benji Narson. And yeah, I have Del Toro, Sexas, and Johannesson in my team. So they're my big dogs in the mountains, who I hope do well today. So let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes. The football analyst, welcome in. You do realize riders putting up their best numbers of their lives is due to the advancement in bike technology recovery. I always find it more impressive for a rider to be better than their competitors rather than pure numbers. Yeah, I agree. Of course it is. Of course, people now know how to get the best out of their bodies a lot more than they did 30 years ago. No doubt about it. I'm not saying that if Chris Froome, if Eddie Merckx, whoever you want to say, if any of the riders 50 years ago were around in today's generation, they would of course be stronger by the numbers. So you can't compare eras really in cycling in that regard, but you can compare them. You can compare how they did against their competitors, you know. Midnight Rider, unfortunately, I'm in the US and we can't watch on HBO Max. We have to watch on Peacock. Commercials every 10 minutes. Yeah, I mean, I've got more ad breaks right now on HBO Max, so I'm suffering as well at the moment, my friends. But yeah, whereabouts are you from in the US, Midnight Rider? I was in the US about 3 weeks ago. I was in Boston and I was in New York. I went to watch England v Panama in New York or New Jersey. One of my friends was going to the game. He kind of works with a travel company and was going to the World Cup. So he said, do I want to come along? And I couldn't refuse. So yeah, I was in the US a few weeks ago. Enjoyed a couple of days in New York City. 1 day in Boston. And of course, the England-Panama game. Which I'm going to try not to talk about today, the Football World Cup, because, hey, it didn't go the way we hoped. We thought it was coming home. And it's not. It's not coming home. So, yeah, we've got England v France today, 10 p.m. UK time. And do I really want to watch it? I'm not sure I do, but I might have to. And then, of course, Argentina versus Spain tomorrow. World Cup final. Can't wait for that as well. And I cannot decide who I think will win that either. I think Spain will dominate, but Argentina just find a way to win again and again and again. So you can never rule those guys out. Let me zoom in a little so I can read the chat a bit better. Flanker, welcome in. Who do you see ending up on the final GC podium? I'm gonna stick with what I said at the beginning of the Tour de France. I think it's gonna be Tadej Pogacar, Jonas Vingegaard in second, and third place Isaac Del Toro. And he took a big hit to that in the last GC day a few days ago. But I just think Isaac Del Toro, once Pogacar has this race fully wrapped up, they're going to really help Del Toro onto the podium if they're in a position to do that. That's how I see this race going. And I think Del Toro is just so good. What a classy rider. Unbelievable rider. As right now, we have 92.2 kilometers to go. So I'm just going to make sure we're synced up in stream. I think we need to lower it a little bit. There we go. As the riders now start the next climb of the day, the Col de Place. In fact, the Col de Page. This Arensman Castrillo Rubio group, only 30 seconds behind the group of 5 at the front. They might get there. They might actually get there. I love to see Anders Johannesson in that group as well. I really do. Like, he really is a classy rider. And I feel like he's always in Tobias' shadow. And he's a really good climber. Really underrated. And working for his twin at the front of this race is crazy work. It's crazy work. Midnight Rider, I'm in Tennessee, about a 12, 13 hour drive to New York. Okay, never been to Tennessee, I have to admit. I've been to New York, I've been to Massachusetts, I've been to California, Nevada, and Arizona. They're the US states I've got ticked off. Tennessee next. Tennessee next. Is it worth coming to Tennessee, Midnight Rider? Let us know. Finley Helmink. In the Netherlands, we have 3 options. We can watch it on NOS. NOS. I don't know how you say that. We can choose to watch it on Belgian channels or on Eurosport. Okay. Okay. Yeah, nice to have 3 options. I used to work at GCN Plus when we had the GCN Plus going, and it was what? £8.99 a month to watch cycling. Ad-free, completely ad-free. You had documentaries, you had other shows, which is what I worked on. And it's crazy that those days are gone. It's crazy that we had cycling for £8. I think it was £8 a month. Ad-free, all live cycling. And it got thrown away. I just can't get over it, honestly. Blows my mind as Andrew24A, relax, Joe. England is doing great. I'm Italian. Imagine what I'm going through. Well, it's almost less painful to not even go to the World Cup than be in the World Cup semi-final, 1-0 up with 10 minutes to go, and to throw it away the way we did. We didn't play with any bravery. We sat so deep. We shrunk into ourselves, stopped playing any counter-attacking expansive football, and it cost us a chance at the World Cup final. Yeah, I watched it with my mates in my hometown, and we could not believe it. We couldn't believe it when we scored, to be fair, and then we couldn't believe it the way we lost it as well. Painful stuff. Anyway, that's my England run over officially, because I can't face talking about it again. I really can't. As welcome into the chat for the first time over on Twitch, Marinus FM. Hope you're doing well. Good afternoon. Hope Arensman will get in the first group. Yeah, he's looking like they're going to make it, you know. Are you from Netherlands, Marinus? Let us know. But we have Tymon Arensman at Castrillo and Ina Rubio trying desperately to bridge to that front group of 5. And I said it when Carapaz attacked. It was an interesting tactic, but it seems to be working. So, hey, he's got in that breakaway group with a teammate as well. And open up 2 minutes 26 now on the peloton. Yeah, I'm going to say it now. This breakaway are winning the stage, and I would love them to win this stage. I really would. I'm just going to do a post on Twitter for us going live. So hold fire, guys. Let's pose. Here we go. Oh, I need to. There we go. That'll do. Right. Let's post that over on Twitter. You can obviously follow me on socials if you don't already, if you fancy. I think the link's down below. But yeah, I meant to post this on Twitter a while ago and obviously forgot to do it. So I shall do that right now. Let's see. Ah, what did I do? So we need Twitch Live. Here we go. And we need YouTube Live. As soon as I talked about him, Aronsman got a puncture. Oh my word, I've literally jinxed him. What? I'm going to go back and watch that again. That's crazy work. Is that my fault or is that Mariner's fault? One of us definitely just jinxed poor old Timon Aronsman. 37 seconds now. And the Movistar duo are not going to wait for him. They're at 22 seconds. So I don't think they're going to wait for Timon Aronsman. That is savage. That is so savage. Okay, let's tweet this out. Let's tweet this out right now. Take too long on Twitter designing the tweet, which sounds like a completely ridiculous thing to say, but I do. All right. There you go. Posted. Okay. Tom Dork said, I had 3 options in Netherlands and still bought GCN Plus. Yeah, GCN Plus was so good. So I made a show called The World of Cycling on GCN Plus. That was my official title. I did some presenting over on the GCN Racing channel with Dan Lloyd. He was away sometimes. He was busy other times. And I filled in for him doing the racing news shows and stuff. Really enjoyed that. And it was a great era. It was fun. A fun era at GCN. I enjoyed it a lot and I miss it a lot as well. And I still think it's crazy the way it just ended like that, you know? Because now in the UK, we're paying a lot more than we paid for GCN Plus. Let's put it that way. Andrew, I guarantee you it's not less painful to lose to lose against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Hey, they had a decent tournament. Did they make it out the groups? I'm not sure they did. But yeah, Italy should be beating Bosnia and Herzegovina to make it to the World Cup. But luckily for you, Andrew, Italy will surely make it to the next World Cup because it looks like we're going to have it again increased to what, 64 teams next time, up from 48. Yeah, it's just getting bigger and bigger. I'm not sure I like that or not. I have to be honest. Midnight Rider, Tennessee is pretty good. Wouldn't recommend coming in the summer because it's like a sauna here, but you can get 3 different experiences. Memphis, Nashville. Okay, nice. Cool. I'd like to see it. One of my close friends lives in Kentucky, so maybe one day I'll make it to Tennessee and or Kentucky. I can't believe I spoke about Aronsman like that and he punctured. But officially, Aronsman is now back on the coattails of Rubio and Castrillo. So that's nice to see. That's quite nice to see. Just going to resync that. Because you never want to see a rider lose a stage win from a puncture. That's tragic. Country music, and East Tennessee is known for our mountains, forests, and national parks. Yes, some country music. I do like myself some country music. I like myself some, well, I don't know if this is pure country music, but I love Zach Bryan. Yeah, one of my favorite artists. I love Charles Wesley Godwin, if you guys know any of those. So yeah, I'm a bit of a kind of country pop, I guess you could call it. Nah, Zach Bryan's proper country music. Come on, I love myself some Zach Bryan. Let me know what you think about that, Midnight Rider. Hey, heyo, Stevo. Timmy, keep crushing the content, broski. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Welcome into the stream today. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your weekends. And hopefully, we're going to have a beautiful stage here with the Johannesson bros working on the front. This is just a joy to see Anders and Tobias and Johannesson in the breakaway together here at the Tour de France. And hey, guys, Nils Pollitt still on the front of the peloton for UAE. And that gap, 2 minutes 44 now. It's going up. The gap is going up. This breakaway going to do this. Come on. Rupin, welcome in. Welcome in. Let's go. Hope you're having a great Saturday, Rupin. And hey, my comrade who we talk about, Jed Spence, with. And Jed Spence had a great tournament in the end, I have to say. As now we have a new arrival in the front group. Is that Ina Rubio, who has made it to the fronts without Pablo Castrillo? 3.3k to go in this climb. Did Castrillo just completely blow his doors off? Yes, he did. He blew his doors off to get Rubio in the breakaway. Fair play. And they have 2 minutes now on the chasing the other breakaway group. So they're gone. They're not coming back. Pidcock's going to be swept up by the peloton. I'm sure of it. So Rupin, and for anyone else, if you want to sync up with me, I am now at 87.1, 87k to go exactly. That's where I'm at right now. I could probably do with a kilometer to go ticker on this stream being a decimal point as well, but it's not fully accurate at the moment. I'm in the process of building these out. 86.9 kilometers to go. I'll let you know when it goes to 86.8. There you go, 86.8. So hopefully you guys can all sync up with the stream and the watch along. Hey Sami, welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, we got some overviews working. We got some graphics in today. I stayed up late last night until the early hours. As you can probably tell, not looking my freshest today. But yeah, I wanted to get some graphics working at least so we can have a bit more of an enjoyable watch along today. Not that yesterday's wasn't enjoyable, but hey, we got to have some upgrades, you know. Got to get some upgrades in here. Okay. And sorry over on Twitch for not replying immediately. I'm working between both chats and it's not showing in my OBS for some reason. Anyway, another problem to fix for another day. But 1.7k to go to the top of the Col de Page. And again, we're going to have Parapantra and Carapaz, I think, go for this these KOM points. And I predict that Parapantra is going to take them, as poor Timon Aronsman 24 seconds behind still. This is some chase for the Dutchman. Really painful chase for him. Midnight Rider, I'm not super into country music in the last 5 to 10 years, but I'll take your word for it. Hey, if anyone is, give Zach Bryan a listen. One of my absolute favorite artists right now. Zachy Bryan. Anyway, 1.4k to go to the top of this KOM. And I reckon Parapantra takes these points again. He seems super motivated for this KOM jersey. And he seemed to have a better kick than Carapaz on the first climb, which, yeah, Parapantra is fast, but that was a really strong kick on a rider who's got some punch himself, Richard Carapaz. And I'm interested to see if Tobias Johannesson starts going for this jersey as well, because when he dropped out of GC, I thought this was something he could really target, but yeah, he's not done so really so far. Now he's in this position, though, he can surely easily take some points. So let's see if that happens. I'd love to see Tobias in polka dots. But I can't see him beating Carapaz or Parapantra at this KOM sprints. Let's see. I hope we have a new polka dot jersey leader after today that's not Tadej Pogacar. That would be cool. And I think for that to happen, we need the breakaway to basically win the stage. Only 5 points available at this KOM, by the way. And Parapantra, 28 points. Carapaz, 27 points provisionally right now. So very, very close. Yes, Marinus FM. Are you streaming on different channels? I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube right now. So yeah, apologies for that. I'm basically streaming on both. I can't put the chat, I don't believe, of both on screen at the same time. So yeah, we've got the Twitch chat on screen, and I'm replying to some YouTube comments as well. But yeah, they're my two platforms I'm streaming on right now. 800 meters to go to the top of this climb, make it 760 meters. Aronsman slowly closing the gap, 17 seconds for Aronsman. But it's all about these KOM points at the top. Here we go. As by the way, the Pidcock group and the group with Vismarin continue to ride on. They have 1 minute 20 almost on the peloton right now. I thought they were just going to get caught by the peloton, but they've really pushed on this climb, opened up a gap again. This is a really interesting stage. I've no idea how this is going to go. As Rupin just cheered 20 bits over on Twitch. Thank you very much, Rupin. And welcome into the chat. Welcome in over on Twitch. 527 meters left. Ben Healy leading out. Parapantra this time ahead of Carapaz. Carapaz sitting on his wheel. Both these riders want the KOM jersey. Who's going to take the points, though? Oh, no. What did I do? I accidentally... How do I undo that? Anyway, 300 meters to go. Marinus, I accidentally banned you. I will undo that momentarily. Sorry. Anyway, 336 meters to go. Ben Healy still leading out. We have Parapantra on the front right now. He's on the wheel of Healy, I should say, but Carapaz on his wheel. Tommy, thank you for the follow over on Twitch. Welcome into the channel. How do I unban that, man? Here we go. Final few meters. Ben Healy still leading out. Parapantra waiting. 12% gradients right now. This is a hot tempo. Oh, who has enough left here? Here we go. Parapantra launches. Carapaz on his wheel. And this time, Johannesson does follow. He's going to, I think, try and get 4th place at this climb. And Parapantra, what a kick. It was Parapantra, Carapaz, Johannesson, and maybe Tobias Johannesson is indeed going to go for this KOM jersey as well. But Tommy, welcome in over on Twitch. Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. And I literally just blocked Marinus over on Twitch by accident. So I'm going to have to Google how to undo that. How to unblock on Twitch. Can't believe I did that. That is savage. That's absolutely savage. Okay, so we go settings, security and privacy. Okay, I'll just put it in the chat. Let's do it this way, shall we? Salmi redeemed. Stay hydrated as well, Jan Sam. That's coming, buddy. That's coming. I feel so bad for accidentally blocking this man. So I just need to fix it first. Then we'll get back in the swing. Does that work? Let's try again. Okay. Because I really could do with some water, not going to lie. So that stay hydrated is going to go down lovely. All right, Marinus. Sorry for the block, buddy. Hopefully he's back in the chat. Anyway, Jan Sam, this is for you. Stay hydrated, boys and girls. This is the absolute key to success. Drink your water. My favorite drink. If anyone works for Evian or some other water company, hit me up. Let's get a sponsor going. Yo, Marinus. Sorry about that. Not sure what happens. Anyway, Jan Sam, stay hydrated. Enjoy. Hey Taylor, I need someone to actually be a good mod. So maybe Guillaume has that. So hey. This amateurism, it's all part of it. It's all part of it, isn't it? But yeah, that was a terribly timed puncture for Time and Aronsman. As you say, Roglic, literally the worst time. And now his gap, I saw it opening up over the top of the climb, 40 seconds. I don't think he's going to make it back, you know. Oh, I'm gutted for Time and Aronsman. What a way to lose out on a potential stage win at the Tour de France. That is savage. Joe Sid, hi Joe, love the content, mate. What do you think? Have you heard of Radio, the free iOS cycling app? I have heard of it. It's made it so much easier for me to follow along with the TDF. I have heard of it. I've downloaded it on my phone. I haven't used it massively myself. But I do have the Radio app on my phone. And I saw it was Matteo Jorgensen's brother who has made the app. But I need to use it a bit more. But I'm glad it's going well for you. I've heard a lot of people who've used it have enjoyed it as well. So yeah, it seems to be a strong app, Radial Cycling. Yeah, Aronsman could not make it, Marinus. And it's raining. It's all sorts going on. As Roglic, thank you for the follow over on Twitch. But poor Time and Aronsman. Poor Time and Aronsman. I don't think he'll make it to the front now, I have to say. Because we have a false flat valley that isn't a proper descent. And I think he'll lose more time there. And if he gets back, he's going to be absolutely cooked at this point. Yeah, Marinus. That's fixed over on Twitch, buddy. Midnight Rider says, I think Tobias is doing the same thing he did in the Giro. Get out of GC, then ride himself back in the top 10. Well, last season at the Tour de France, he had such a strong tour in the GC, riding to, was it 6th place overall? He's clearly not been that good in the mountains this year, which is a shame. He's had such a strong season already, but he's just missing a World Tour victory, and that's what I would absolutely love to see. I would absolutely love. I'd rather see him win a stage than finish 7th or 8th in the GC at this point. And yes, Finley, we've got a wet descent. Indeed, we do. Look at the weather now on the roads. 79.9k to go here on my stream. 79.8. And it is raining. Who does this suit? Yeah, exactly, Roglic. Benji would be disappointed, but that man needs to learn. Water and hydration is the key to victory. It truly is. Need a top up as well. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yes, Finley, this is a lot of rain all of a sudden. Does this help Aronsman get back on? I think this helps the breakaway. I think the peloton take it really steady down this descent. And hopefully we don't have any crashes here. But this is treacherous right now. This is absolutely treacherous descending. 79.1k to go. Descending towards the Ballon d'Alsace. And it's an Uno X rider. I assume Anders Johannesson working on the front. Rubio at the back of this breakaway. Look at the rain. This is unbelievable. This is truly unbelievable. It was sunny a minute ago. Just going to listen into the commentary, see what they've got to say. 78.6k to go. 78.5 here on stage 14. This is an epic day. It's turning into a truly epic day here at the Tour de France. Joe Timmsoski would be flying down this descent, by the way. It'd gap everyone, no doubt about it. Yeah, Marinus, like you say, I really hope there'll be no crashes. I really hope everyone stays upright. But look at the gap to the peloton. 3 minutes 17 right now. I think it's risen a little in this descent. I expect it will be closer to 4 minutes after this descent ends. As by the way, Tobias Johannesson, 14 minutes 50 is the closest in the GC in this breakaway, but it's not going to matter too much. Yeah, Pidcock should be in his element descending here, Joe said, but he already crashed a few days ago in the descent. Oh, every corner. You hear the brakes squealing, trying to hold on. But yeah, Pidcock, I can't see him really sending it in this descent, to be honest. I think it's too risky. No need to take that risk. As sensitive tip, thank you for the follow over on Twitch. Welcome in. BJRNCHR. Is that Bjorn CHR 2167? Hopefully I've said your name correctly. Still think Pogacar win? I think Pogacar wins the Tour de France, but I don't think he's going to win this stage. I think this is going to the breakaway. And we've got a showdown here, guys. Tobias Johannesson, Carapaz, Parapantra, Einar Rubio. This is going to be epic. Can't wait to see the ending of this stage. As now we cut back to the Pidcock group. Bruno Armorai sending it down this descent with Jorgensen on his wheel. Look at the rain coming down. This is unbelievable. Midnight Rider. Just noticed Seb Berwick in that breakaway with Pidcock. Who is in that group? There's 17 riders. Bruno Armorai, Jorgensen, Cataneo, Quinn Simmons there. Strong ride from him in the mountains. Really good Grand Tour rider, by the way, Quinn Simmons. 3 Ineos riders, Bernal, Foss, Vauquelin. Tiberi's there, Pidcock, of course. Hershey having a decent day. And yeah, like you say, Seb Berwick there for Caja Rural. There you go. Finley says, Aronsman needs to wait on the group behind. He's not going to get back to the fronts. He's in that Chaspatats situation, isn't he? And if he didn't puncture, I think he'd have made it with Einar Rubio. That's the hard part for Thymen Aronsman. So does he wait now? It's hard to wait now, isn't it? Because it's 1 minute 20 to the group behind. If you wait for the group behind, you're giving up really on the stage. But yeah, you're right. He's spending so much energy in this valley right now. Did they fully explain why Pidcock crashed so randomly on that descent? All I saw was they put some weird stuff on the road. Yeah, that's what Pidcock said after the stage. I'm not exactly sure what happened in that descent. And did you guys see Chris Harper? Of course, Pidcock's teammate also crashed on the same corner and he lost part of his thumb. The photos are not pretty. Let's put it that way. Yeah, that was rough to see. And he's obviously DNF'd the race. As here we go. Back to the peloton. We have a split in the descent. Tadej Pogacar in the yellow jersey, second wheel. And I don't see Vingegaard in this group. Here we go. It's kicking off right now. It's kicking off right now in this descent before Ballon d'Alsace. As Finley spotted too, there's a break in the peloton. Oh, UE riders going wide there. That's Nils Pollitt still on the front, by the way. Just an unbelievable rider. Wow. This stage is awesome. This is such a fun stage. I'm just going to update the KOM standings. So Parapantra up to 33 points. Carapaz should be on 30. Let's just make sure that's all correct. Next time it cycles around, that should all be correct. Yeah, perfect. Parapantra now second on 33 points in the KOM jersey. Red Bull and UAE are in the fronts. Wow, it's a 10-rider group at the front. And is that Jan Tratnik I see on the front working for Red Bull? Mads Pedersen flying behind in the green jersey, but there's going to be a split there as well because Pedersen is flying in the group behind. Him pulling on this kind of false downhill section is going to drop some other riders as well with Lidl Trek and Visma caught out. And remember, Visma have Armorai, Jorgensen and Kuss all up the rows. So Vingegaard has 3 less domestiques than he could have. Oh my word, Rupin. Thank you for the 100 bits. Appreciate that. Jan Ulrich, interview on German TV right now. So no descent shown. Well, for German TV viewers, Rupin, we have chaos right now in this descent. It's raining like crazy. And Tadej Pogacar and UAE and Red Bull with Remco and Lipovitz have basically formed a breakaway in the peloton. And Mads Pedersen is flying behind trying to catch up, but it's all kicking off right now. Aye, it's kicking off. Joe Sid says, this is Poggy win written all over it. I just don't know. Because let's have a look at the final climb. Next climb is 9k at 6.9%. It depends on the situation there because I still think the breakaway can hold on and I hope the breakaway hold on. And then the Col de Hague is 11k, 7.2%, but very irregular as well. So, yeah, that's going to be the one. I think if the breakaway enter with this gap at the Col de Hague, 3 minutes on Pogacar, one of them holds on. If it's 2 minutes or less, Pogacar wins. If it's somewhere in the middle, I don't know. Here's the question. What gap do you think the very front breakaway with Carapaz, Johannesson and Parapantra needs? What gap do they need at the foot of the final climb over Pogacar to win the stage? I say 3 minutes. If it's this gap right now, they just about hold on. What do you guys think? And yes, Finley, back together. That was some brief chaos in this descent. Rupin says 3 minutes minimum is the needed gap. As by the way, Nils Pollitt is still on the front. This guy is unbelievable. This guy is just unbelievable. As Jordan Jegat dropped from the peloton, is that right? 3 minutes 6 is the current gap. I think if it stays here, I think Pogacar holds on. I think the breakaway hold on, but it'll be very close. 2 minutes 30 and below, I'll say Pogacar wins at the foot of the final climb. Midnight Rider says the break need 4 to 5 minutes at the foot to win. You're probably right. I'm probably being hopeful. I just really hope this breakaway hold on. I really do at this point. I'd love to see a breakaway win this stage. Let's lower this camera a bit so I can sit back, not fall off the screen. Should be a bit better. Poggy is just too good. Poggy is just too good. It's now, look, at the front of the race, no rain. That was so localized. That was crazy as I hit some ad breaks. But yeah, crazy stuff. That weather was just like out of nowhere. I'm at ads now, guys. So if you're still watching, let me know what's happening. 69.3k to go. So let's lower that briefly. There you are. The Ballon d'Alsace about to begin in the breakaway. You guys are saying 4 to 5 minutes, 3 minutes minimum for the breakaway to hold on. Oh, I'd love to say they've got a chance at 3 minutes. I really would. Joe Sid says, if Pog feeling good and UAE pull hard up d'Alsace, it will be hard for those smaller riders to keep the gap until Col de Hague. You're right. And still with Nils Pollitt on the front, they're going to have so many riders left afterwards. If Pollitt gets over this climb as well, he's unbelievable. He's not human. Carapaz and Healy almost went into the crowd. Did they really? I missed that. I missed that on my stream. I'm on an ad break now. Are they back in the group? Carapaz and Healy? Carapaz has to be the favorite from the situation, right? In the breakaway. I mean of the breakaway riders, but Johannesson, Parapantra, can they beat Carapaz? Maybe they can. I really want this breakaway to hold on. I really do. I know I keep saying it, but yeah, I really want them to win this stage. No pressure, but a certain Norwegian individual who maybe could be Tobias Hans Johannesson won this stage on a certain Tour de France playthrough on Taylor's channel. Hey, there we go. It's written. It's written. Today's the day. I tweeted this yesterday, right? Maybe I can even put this on screen for you guys. I tweeted yesterday. Today is the day. Today is the day Tobias Hans Johannesson finally wins his first World Tour, Grand Tour, and Tour de France stage. Can you not hear anything? Arthur, let me turn it up a little bit. The mic, my mic has been a bit funny lately, so let me just adjust this for you. Is that any louder? Is that quieter? Is this doing anything? Yeah, let me know if the volume's louder. It's maxed out on OBS. Maybe I can adjust it in the settings somewhere. Input volume up to 90. Thank you for the follow, F. Creti. Welcome into the stream over on Twitch. Ah, there we go. I think there's the culprit. I'm just gonna test this mic, so hopefully this won't affect the stream too much. And hopefully we can talk at normal volume again. Let's see. Hopefully that is now a more normal volume. I'm adjusting the wrong one. That's why. That is why I'm adjusting the wrong one. How about that? Is that better? Well, I've maxed out the volume on the Rode NT mic, so hopefully that's better. Let me know if the mic is better now, guys. Again, I'll try and adjust it a bit further, but hopefully that's better now. Anyway, 68.6k to go here at the Tour de France. An epic stage so far. The Ballon d'Alsace, the penultimate categorized climb today begins. 2 minutes 54 to the peloton. Damn it, man. Damn it. Look at UAE in the front. It's just like, it's ridiculous. They're going to win this stage, aren't they? But we can hope as we get a replay now on my stream of Carapaz and Healy going wide. Wow. Literally into the crowd. And I think that was Healy and Carapaz following. As we now see Aronsman really stuck in this Shaspatat. Poor time in Aronsman. Joe said, Pollitt is a freak confirmed. Yeah, Pollitt is just a beast. Why isn't he in this breakaway hunting for the stage win? Just ridiculous. As Timon Aronsman now 1 minute and 5 behind this group. Like you guys said, maybe he should have waited for the group behinds, because it's not looking good for him now. It's not looking good for Timon Aronsman. Let me know if the sound's a bit better, guys. I'll try and speak a bit closer into the mic. Yeah, hopefully it's an improvement. As now we see Vacek and Pedersen out the back, 68k to go. And finally, Nils Pollitt off the front. I think we have Felix Großschartner on the front now. Brandon McNulty is there. Tim Wellens as well. They're the 3 riders now asked by Tadej Pogacar to control this breakaway on the front. And 2 minutes 59 is the gap. Like I say, the magic number for me is 3 minutes. If it's 3 minutes at the start of the Col de Hague, I think the breakaway have a small chance. Just having a little look into this mic issue. So again, let me know if it's okay. Yeah, better. Also, awesome, Arthur. Awesome. As I think Seb Berwick getting dropped from this breakaway now for Caja Rural. Good day out for the man. But he's gone. Joe said, Armorai doing God's work in the group. Indeed he is. Bruno Armorai. He's another freak. Like, he's another Nils Pollitt type rider, but even stronger in the mountains and obviously less so in the classics. But he's a rider who on these type of stages just turns into an absolute diesel. Look at him go. And it's interesting that Bruno Armorai and Visma are working so hard to try and keep this breakaway ahead. Don't you think? What are they gaining from having this breakaway? They've obviously got 2 riders up the road, 1 minute ahead of Vingegaard, but spending a lot of resources as well. That's for sure. Very interesting. Very interesting situation. 6.3k to go on Ballon d'Alsace. And still we have Healy working for Carapaz, Anders Johannesson working for his twin brother. Can you imagine that? Your twin brother in the same breakaway as you in a mountain stage at the Tour de France. That is as good as it gets for these guys. Valentin Parapancha, Richard Carapaz, Tobias Holland Johannesson, and Ina Rubio. And will these riders get the chance at the stage win? That is the question. I think they need to hold on to this lead all the way into the final climb, which makes you think maybe it would have been better if they had a larger group, if they had the likes of Bruno Armorai, the likes of the Ineos trio in this group behind. Tiberi's in that group. Tom Pidcock's in that group. I think Pidcock, they wanted to get him out the back because he's too close in GC. Michael Storer. Quinn Simmons. If Quinn Simmons was in this group, he'd be pulling no doubt on the front. So, yeah. Maybe they could have done with just a few more riders in that very front group. Joe Sid says, satellite riders, I guess, but will come down to Jonas's legs at the Col de Hague. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're just trying to go for a breakaway stage. I'd have liked to have seen Davide Piganzoli in this group for Visma, in this breakaway. More than I like to see Jorgensen. I don't think Jorgensen can win this stage in the breakaway. Even if he was in the front group, I would say that. But I think Piganzoli would have a chance, you know. And yeah, Midnight Rider, they are clearly, it seems, thinking about a satellite rider for Jonas. And I suppose it's probably a defensive move, right? It's probably a defensive move because, oh my word, as now I get a shot of the finish line. Look at the rain in Markstein. That is wild. That is absolutely wild. I don't believe it. It's apocalyptic rain right now at the finish line. I've got to get a screenshot of that. That is wild. Yes, Rupin. Sorry, I've just seen your message over on Twitch. They just showed the finish line and it is apocalyptic rain conditions. Okay, I can't get a screenshot apparently. As Dilla P3M, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. Yeah, this is my second one. I did one yesterday, a watch along stream, and it was really a test stream, and I wanted to set up some graphics and stuff. So this is the first proper watch along stream I've done. Hopefully you enjoy it. Doing something a bit different. Yeah, let me know. Let me know what you think, and goes to all of you in the chat. Let me know what you think of these streams. Do you enjoy it? Any improvements? Don't be scared. Let me know in the comments, even if you think it's harsh or whatever. I can take it. Let me know what you think. Any feedback is good feedback. That's now Seb Berwick, and I think that's Lars Kraps getting caught from the breakaway, and that gap to the peloton is 2 minutes 50. It was just over 3 minutes at the start of the climb. And now look, 2 minutes 49. It's slowly coming down. And it's hard to defend against, of course. Brandon McNulty, Tim Wellens, and Felix Groschartner are on the front. It's not a bad trio, right? Rupin says it was 10 minutes. It was dry 10 minutes ago at the finish line for the Jan Ulrich interview. And now this is a crazy stage. As here we go. Here he is in the chat. Benji Narson, play some piano, bro. Let me know what song you want, at least. Come on, and I'll do it. I'll play you some piano. Choose a song. I'll play it for you, Benji. I'll tell you what. If Tobias Johannesson wins this stage, I will play a celebratory song on the piano for you. How about that? That's a deal we'll go for. If Tobias Johannesson wins this stage, that piano will be brought over here to the middle of the room, and you shall have a performance. We shall serenade Tobias Johannesson with a victory song. Rupin, we want that. Yes, we want that. But the deal is if Tobias Johannesson wins, and hey, maybe I'll add it as a Twitch unlock or something. Play some piano, bro. Behave, Benji. Benji Narson walks in here and says, play some piano, bro. That's some crazy work from you, Benji. How are you, Benji? Hope you're having a great Saturday. Hope you're enjoying this stage. One of the best stages of this tour so far, I would say. Tom, you know well this climb from this road yesterday. About 21 minutes. Yes, exactly. This was the final climb on yesterday's stage, remember, guys? Someone clip that. Oh, Midnight Rider. Dearie me. If Tobias wins this stage, the deal is we'll have a piano performance. But the gap to the peloton, 2 minutes 40 now. It's coming down. It's coming down on the front. Benji enjoying the stage so far, but begging for a Carapaz stage win. I'm just begging for any breakaway stage win. You know I want Tobias to win this stage, but if Carapaz or Parapantra win the stage as well, I would love that too. And Benji, we've been discussing what gap we need the breakaway to have at the foot of the Col de Hague to hold on. I think if the gap is 3 minutes or above, they can do it. Less than 2 minutes 30, they're done for. So yeah, let me know in the chat, guys. What gap do we need the breakaway to have to hold off this UAE charge? But the time's only coming down now. 3.3k to go on Ballon d'Alsace. 2 minutes 36. At this rate, it's going to be 2 minutes by the top. Come on. Come on. Poggy, let them have this one. You've won here before, buddy. Finley, what is the weather on the descent? It's absolutely soaking, but 10 minutes later, it's sunny as hell. It's crazy, right? And at the finish now, Finley, it's tipping it down with rain. Apocalyptic rain conditions. Benji says 3 minutes plus. He believes in the break, but you fear it's not happening. Yeah, I fear the same, man. I fear the same. But we do have a long descent afterwards, after this climb, which I do think the breakaway can open up a gap on. And it depends how good a day Ben Healy and Anders Johannesson are on. Those are the guys who need to... You know, Ben Healy's a guy who can pull all day. He's not been on his best form at this Tour de France. But if he can pull out a worldy performance for Carapaz today and just drill it into the Col de Hague, maybe this breakaway have a chance. I'm trying to convince myself, all right? I don't believe it, but I'm trying to convince myself. Anyway... There are 10 points available here at the top of this climb. It's a first cap, right? First category climb, Ballon d'Alsace. We have 10 points available, and Valentin Parapantra can go into the provisional lead if you look to the top left of the screen. If he wins this KOM sprint, 1 point ahead of Pogacar. Can he do it? Can Valentin Parapantra go into the provisional lead? Of course, Then it depends who's first over the Col de Hague, and Pogacar may as well retain the jersey. But let's see. Taylor says, Ben Healy tends to struggle in even-numbered years. Is that right? Is that right? Is 2027 Healy's year, not 2026? You know, you're actually right. You're actually right. That is crazy. So, Pro Cycling Stats rankings, right? 2023, Ben Healy was 25th. 2024, he was 96th. An even year. 2025, 22nd, back into the top 25. And this year, he's currently 284th. So, Taylor's right. We're going to have to wait till next year for a Ben Healy masterclass at the Tour de France again. And as we say that, and as we say it, number 45, Ben Healy, is dropped from the breakaway. I don't believe it. How about that? Is that literally... Did Ben Healy just get dropped, or am I imagining things? Was that a different EF rider? What on earth just happened? Christian says, unlikely. Pollitt pulling for that long probably sealed their fate. Yeah, Nils Pollitt is just an animal on these mountain stages. He's a mountain goat. He's not a Roubaix contender. He's an elite mountain domestique, which is wild when you look at him. But he's so strong in these stages. He can ride all day. Yeah, okay, Benji. It was a different EF rider. I thought so because I checked. Ben Healy's 44. Who was that? Sean Quinn. That was Sean Quinn getting dropped from the peloton. I thought for a moment we literally talked about Ben Healy needing a big day, and he'd get dropped the moment later. The kiss of fate. Anyway, 1.8k to go on Ballon d'Alsace. Now 2 minutes 21, and this is looking ever more likely like a Pogacar stage win, isn't it? Damn it. Damn it. Midnight Rider says, the way Valentin Parapantra, VPP, probably easier to say, has been sprinting at the top of these climbs, I don't think anyone in the break will beat him today. Yeah, it was Quinn. You're right, Midnight Rider. But my question is, right, now with the gap to the breakaway coming down at the top of this climb, I think the breakaway, Tobias Johannesson in particular, are going to realize they're not going to win this stage. So why not go all in for this KOM sprint? He's much further back than Parapantra and Carapaz, but if he takes 10 points here, you never know. He did have a few points at the start of the day. Let's see where Johannesson was in the KOM jersey. He had 4 points. Okay. And he picked up a few. He picked up 3 or 4 already. So does he sprint for this with the gap to the breakaway coming down so much and looking like the stage win is over? As now we get a head-on shot. 1.3k to go. Anders on the front, working for Tobias. At least I think it's that way around. They are so identical. It's unbelievable. It's literally unbelievable. Christian, missing Ciccone in this break just for the bants. Yeah, this is a Ciccone day written all over it, isn't it? Shame he's not at this year's Tour de France. I have to say. I feel sorry for him. Well, I feel sorry for us because he always entertains us, right? Okay, how long left to the top of this climb? 946 meters. Make it 927 meters, just so you're synced up, guys. 2 minutes 12 is the gap to the peloton. Yeah, I said it a few K ago. It's going to be 2 minutes by the top, and sadly it is. We need the breakaway to have a mad one from here to have any chance of this stage win. Still with Adam Yates to be used. Not seeing the front yet. Still with Del Toro as well. Sat in the peloton for Pogacar. It's crazy work. It's crazy work. This UAE team can control any breakaway. Christian says Grosjean not already done. I missed that. as we have 663 meters to go to the top of this climb. Ben Healy on the front again. Then Johannesson, VPP, and Carapaz again on Parapantra's wheel. But VPP looking like a good bet for the KOM jersey at this tour. He said he was going for it at the start of this race, and he's living up to his word. Let's see who takes this. Can VPP, Valentin Parapantra, go into the provisional lead of this KOM competition? Let's see. Come on. Quick water break. 379 meters, 365. I mean, VPP has looked unstoppable. His acceleration at these sprints has been ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I want to check his World DB stats in PCM after this sprint, but here we go. Pidcock about to be caught by the peloton, and Valentin Parapantra now on the front himself. 193 meters. Carapaz in the wheel. Then Johannesson. I think maybe one Johannesson is back at the team. No, he's on the back of the group. Parapantra. Is Carapaz going to come rounds? Is he going to try and come rounds? Is he going to concede? Richard Carapaz concedes the KOM points to Valentin Parapantra. Wow. And there it is. VPP into the lead of the KOM jersey provisionally, providing Pogacar doesn't beat him on the Col de Hague, which at this point is unlikely. Anyway, let's update the graphic. Let's put Valentin Parapantra into the lead of the KOM jersey. Love to see it. As by the way, Bruno Armorai has worked so hard for the last 20k, and he's still going to be caught by the peloton, and Vingegaard's going to have no satellite riders. Maybe, and maybe I'm just being hopeful, once this Pidcock group featuring 3 Visma riders are caught by UAE, just maybe UAE slow down a little and the breakaway have more of a chance. Maybe. Maybe not. I'm thinking of any possible way that the breakaway can hold on here. So Parapantra took 10 points there. Again, I'm doing all of this manually. I think Carapaz took 8 points. He stays third. And still right on Parapantra's wheel. Saving his energy there. Maybe a wise move from Carapaz, actually. As I think we're going to see the catch of Bruno Armorai, Sepkus, Jorgensen, and, of course, crucially, Tom Pidcock at the top of the Ballon d'Alsace. Basically caught, aren't they? Is that Ben O'Connor drop from the peloton? He's coming back on, okay. But he looks like he's struggling. Manda Florian, VFB. Probably not. UE is ruthless. That is the best word to describe them, I have to say. They are absolutely ruthless right now. And it's crazy, right? Because even when Chris Froome was dominating the Tour de France, what? For almost a decade with Sky, that team could never do this against their competition. They had to concede breakaway days. And of course, Chris Froome is not Tadej Pogacar, right? But we've never seen a team be able to control these mountain stages like it's nothing. I mean, Nils Pollitt. What a turn he did today. It's just crazy. 2 minutes 4 is the gap to the peloton. Over the top of Ballon d'Alsace as Arensman, Kuss, and everyone else in this group about to be caught. Okay. So there were 6 riders left in the breakaway. Can they hold on, guys? I was hopeful. I was really hopeful about an hour ago. Half an hour ago, I was hopeful, but now it's looking really unlikely, isn't it? Roglic, VPP has 67 sprint, 76 acceleration. And Carapaz has 65 sprint and 78 acceleration. So very similar. But according to World DB, Carapaz has higher acceleration, whereas today, it's definitely in favour of Parapantra. I would probably put Valentin Parapantra's acceleration up to 77. And maybe Carapaz is down to 77 based on today. Look at this. We're doing World DB admin right now. We're doing stats as well. Live statting the Tour de France. Christian, it was Wellens who dropped to the back. You missed it for Grosjean, yeah. Grosjean is a really strong rider. Really strong domestique. Really doesn't get spoken about, but so strong for Tadej. So consistent as well. You know, people talk about Del Toro, they talk about McNulty, but Grosjean is really underrated. So 2 minutes 5 is the gap to the yellow jersey group. Let's see what it is. At say, I have 56k to go, by the way. So I'm just going to fix that on the graphic. 56.5k to go. Let's see when we hit the next uncategorized climbs, if that gap is opening up again. We need it. We need it 2 minute 30 at the very least. It definitely helps controlling the mountains when you bring no sprinters to the Tour. That's right, Midnight Rider. But there are other teams as well who've brought no sprinters. Visma, no sprinter this year, unless I'm mistaken. Who else of the GC guys? Red Bull. They don't have a sprinter, right? No Jordi Meus. No Danny Van Poppel. So, you know, other teams go for the same strategy. It's just UAE do it so much better. Those guys are just unbelievable. Unbelievable, Jeff. Crazy work. Anyway, I need a little agua top up. Necesito más agua. So I shall be back in about 20 seconds. We have 55k to go here at this Tour de France. 55.1 kilometers exactly. 2 minutes 5 is the gap. Can they open it up again? That's the question. As Tobias Johannesson took 6 points there at the KOM, but I don't think he moves into the top 5, does he? I'd love to see Tobias really go all in for some of these KOM points. It's a jersey he can win. He's quick as well. But yeah, I guess he's trying to focus on a stage win instead. But after picking up some points today, I really hope Tobias goes a little more in the direction of the KOM jersey. Because he can win it. He can definitely win it. As who is it over the top? Is that McNulty on the front for UAE? I'm just going to make my screen bigger. There are 3 UAE riders still on the fronts. I assume one is Grosjean. I assume one is McNulty. And Tim Wellens, I think, is still there, actually. So these guys are unbelievable. 2 minutes and 3 is the gap. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get some more water. And I shall be back in a moment. Enjoy the view of my office in my absence. And as they say, and we back. 53k to go, and this gap is holding steady. So guys, during this descent, let me know, what are you up to this weekend? Any fun plans? Are you watching the World Cup? Will you be watching the World Cup final / third place playoff? And what are your predictions for those games as well? And if you're not watching the World Cup, let me know what you're doing this weekend. Finley said camera having a stroke. What, my camera? Is it okay now? Not sure what happened there. I wasn't here to see it. As we have, who is this dropped? Ben Healy keeps getting dropped from this breakaway. I swear he's quite a good descender, but he's really struggling today. He crashed into the crowd earlier. And which Johannesson is this off the back? Because I would say Tobias is a slightly questionable descender at times. Is that him? What numbers is Tobias and Anders? 125, 121. Can't see from this view. Anyway, Finley. Finley's going to be watching the World Cup. And of course, the Formula 1 GP. Yes, we have Spa-Francorchamps. I'm looking forward to that as well. I really am. And I feel like I'm not sure which way the title's going this year, because for so long I thought Antonelli, he can't hold on to this form. He's too young. And surely George Russell will find the form. But he hasn't done so far. He looks like Antonelli looks so talented. And you never know the way Lewis is going. Lewis is so good at the moment, as there's the graphic on screen right now. Valentin Parapantra into the provisional KOM jersey, only 1 point ahead of Pogacar though, so let's see at the end of the stage. And yeah, Midnight Rider, that is Tobias at the back. Like, I watch him closely. Like I say, he's one of my favorite riders, and he's not the most competent going downhill. But I would say the same about Ben Healy. Let's check out the stats on PCM again, just because I find it interesting. Sorry for hitting the mic. I find it interesting to see how they're rated there. Because Healy, I think, has a pretty good downhill stat. Where is he? Ben. Oh, he's not here. There he is. Ben Healy. What do we think Ben Healy's downhill should be based on today? It shouldn't be. Okay, it's 72. It's not that high. But it's looking more like a 69 today, buddy. And what about Tobias? I think Tobias is definitely in the 70s as well. Tobias Johannesson at 72 downhill. They should they deserve a downgrade based on today, I'm afraid to say. 70 max, guys. Roglic is going to wake up at 4:30 a.m. for the World Cup Monday morning. Roglic, where are you living? Where are you from? Where you need to get up at 4:30 a.m. for the World Cup Monday morning. So I guess you're maybe Asia somewhere? I don't know what time it is here. Maybe Australia? Roglic, where are you from? I'm trying to work it out based on when you're watching the World Cup. Yeah, it's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a really fun game. As sad as I am, England aren't in it. We didn't deserve to be in it based on that final half an hour. Yeah, Roglic, Australia. There we go. I got it. Roglic from Down Under. And maybe I'll come to the Tour Down Under actually this year. It's a race I'd love to go to at some point. And one of my closest school friends actually is moving out there, so it could be a perfect opportunity to get down to Australia. As this gap, by the way, 2 minutes 2, it's literally not moving. I really hoped they would open up the gap here, and I think they need to have any chance at this stage, but not looking likely. But yeah, World Cup. I'm sad that I am sad England aren't in it, but the way we played that final 30 minutes was embarrassing, really. So we deserve to lose in the end. And I think Spain should win. Everything points to Spain winning, but Argentina have Messi, and Argentina always find a way. So I'm just going to enjoy watching the game as a neutral. And if I had to make a bold prediction, I'm going to say Argentina on penalties. How about that? Anyway, back to the Tour. 47.8k to go. We're making our way slowly towards the Col de Hague. 2 minutes 42 this stage has been going on for. And yeah, it's looking more and more like... It's looking less and less like the big breakaway day I hope for, and more like a Pogacar steamroll stage victory. Now, under 2 minutes to the breakaway. No. Sad to see. What are we going to do? What are we going to do about this? By the way, here's an idea I've got for a stream, maybe on Monday. As anyway, we hit an ad break on my on my stream. Here's an idea I've got for a stream. Let me know if this is something you guys would be interested in. I want to make a video on YouTube putting Tadej Pogacar on the worst team at the Tour de France. I'm going to put him on Caja Rural. He's going to have Seb Berwick. He's going to have Fernando Gaviria. He's going to have those guys as his teammates. And I'm going to take control of, probably not Visma. I might take control of Red Bull or another top team and try to win the yellow jersey, or even just try to stop Tadej Pogacar winning the yellow jersey. So that's an idea for a stream I want to do in the next day or two, and then make a YouTube video out of it as well. Let me know if that's something you guys would like to see. I think maybe on the Monday rest day, that could be a stream idea, and we'll stream the entire Tour de France, one stream, or at least in the same day, on PCM. Let me know if that's something you guys want to see. Yeah, I think that could be fun. Because I need to get back in rhythm with PCM. And like I say, I want to do an update video about it. Yeah, Roglic says some more PCM stat changing. Anders has 70 downhill, but was at the front dropping Tobias. Yeah, that's why I was interested to see, because I know Tobias is a questionable descender. And so I thought, despite him being the leader, he could be the one at the back, and he was. So yeah, Anders looks like a slightly more confident descender than his twin. Christian says, my Danish commentators are saying that lake is haunted. Did you catch the name of it? I need to look that up. I need to look that up. And see where are we? Ballon. I'm going to say Ballon d'Alsace. Let's find out why that lake is haunted. Ballon d'Alsace lake haunted. As Taylor over on Twitch says, what about UAE with Del Toro? That is a shout, you know. That is a shout. Maybe I put Pogacar. Yeah, I like that idea, Taylor. I like that idea. So Pogacar moves over to Caja Rural. I swap him with Caja Rural's best rider, which might actually not be Fernando Gaviria, sadly. Probably Para, the climber. Para, the Spanish climber. Anyway, we swap those riders. I take control of UAE and try to win the Tour de France, beating Pogacar. I like it. Let's do it. We'll stream that maybe on Monday. That could definitely be a fun stream. And then I want to make a YouTube video out of it as well. So stay tuned for that, guys. I definitely want to stream some PCM and Tour de France too. I know that's something a lot of you guys want to see. So we'll definitely do that. And I haven't played PCM for about 3 weeks at this point. I've been away and just not into it with the game this year, I have to say. So yeah, hopefully that can be a good way back in. But Taylor, thanks for the good idea, mate. Because I was thinking which team to do it with. But of course, just choose UAE. Pogacar's no longer riding for them, right? Anyway, Manda Florian, what do you think about the Remco versus Lipovic situation? I think it's blown out of proportion, but I think it's hilarious. I think it's a great storyline to follow at this Tour de France. So let's see how they go today. I think on paper, Lipovic should drop Remco today and put time into him. So we could have a similar situation where like Remco's by himself, Lipovic's pulling in the group ahead, everyone calling Lipovic a bad teammate. Yeah, I think it's hilarious. I'm enjoying it. It's some good drama at this Tour de France. It's a good story to follow when Pogacar is cruising to yellow. Midnight Rider says do it with Trek and Ayuso instead of UE for the challenge. That's a good one. I feel like they have such a strong team. Could be possible. They're definitely up there with the options to do it with. So yeah, that's another idea. Little Trek, UAE, Red Bull. I thought Red Bull, I could do it with them to bring Lipovic and Remco together, unite them, and then try and win the Tour de France with them beating Pogacar. But yeah, we'll see. I'll think about it. But let's definitely do that. Let's definitely do that in the coming days. as apparently dropped from the peloton right now is Lenny Martinez. Okay. Rupin says that over on Twitch. I've checked on PCS as well. Christian says, is Lenny not in the group? Apparently not. That's him there. That's Lenny right now. 41.5k to go. In a group behind the yellow jersey. Oi, 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 Lenny. That is not a good sign. And it's so risky from Lenny sticking to this GC race for an outside top 10 spot. Missing out on the chance to go for polka dots and stage wins. And now getting drops from this group. That is not good. He needs to drop out completely of GC so he can go in the breakaways. Christian says it's called Lake Sewan. There it is. This is hilarious. I'm gonna read this out to you guys. The haunted lake at the foot of Ballon d'Alsace. Let's copy that. Why is it haunted? Let's just see what we get back. The haunted reputation of the Lake de Sewan comes from a place of Alsatian folklore. And the legend is that it's a bottomless lake. It's said to be haunted and have no bottom. Has anyone actually swam to the bottom of this lake? In reality, apparently, it's fairly shallow, 11 meters deep, but very marshy, a boggy bottom. There you go, haunted lake. So the short version is, it's haunted because a medieval-style morality legend explains the lake's origin as divine punishment, and the bottomless because it's peat bog floor. So basically, some guys in the past, in the medieval times, went to the bottom of the lake, realized it was boggy, and thought it was haunted. That's what I'm going to say. And as you say, Marinus, it's not looking good for the breakaway. 1 minute 43. Let's settle in and watch this Pogacar steamrolling masterclass. This UAE masterclass. I'm going to put my feet up. I'm going to try and stop talking as well for a minute or two because my voice is going. But anyway, we've had haunted lakes. We've had attacks from GC riders pigcocking 4th place. We've had Carapaz and Tobias trying to make this work in the breakaway, but 1 minute 46 is the gap right now to the yellow jersey group, who have about 12 seconds on Martinez, 38.2k to go. And I think Lenny will get back in. He's got some teammates helping him, but this is not looking good for Lenny. Dropped already. Hopefully he was just dropped in the descents. And it wasn't a matter of bad legs, but that's not good for him. That is not good for him at all. I wonder how Pidcock's going to do in this final. After being in the break today, the break yesterday, he's surely going to be quite cooked. 37.7k to go. Is the overlay on point? Not quite. I'm just going to bump that down. Because we're now on this kind of uncategorized climb. And yeah, Mandalorian, you're right. Lenny is coming back indeed. So Lenny's back on. Let's see how he goes on the Calder Hague, but not looking good for him. He's got a massive gap behind in the GC. I think he's in 10th place right now. Maybe 9th place, actually. No, it's 10th. It's 10th because Pidcock jumped him yesterday. That's right. As by the way, I've just seen Ramtes De Bruyne DNS today. Anyone know what that's about? That's not good. Classy rider. Really good, really talented rider. Developed a sore throat and fever overnight. The fever makes it impossible for him to continue the race. Yeah, that's a shame. Ramses De Bruyne, I really hope to see him go well in these next few stages. He was 14th a few days ago. He was in the breakaway that Pedersen won in the first week, but he's done really well following the GC group. So, yeah, that's a shame. That's a real shame for Ramses. Yeah, fever. You're right, Taylor. One minute 49 then is the gap to the breakaway. Still, we have Ben Healy in this group. Is Anders gone? Nope, he's still there at the team car. So we still have 6 riders at the front. We have Tobias Johannesson, Einar Rubio, the only rider from Movistar. Tobias here with his twin brother, Anders Johannesson. The EF duo of Carapaz and Ben Healy. And then, of course, Valentin Parapantra, the man in the provisional lead of the KOM jersey. But 1 minute 50 to the yellow jersey group. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. We said they needed 3 minutes at the start of the Calder Hague. It's going to take a miracle for that to happen from this point. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. That's all I can say to that. Oh, that water hits good. Good afternoon, Carreras. Welcome in, my friends. Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. Carreras, for anyone who doesn't know, great PCM creator in Portuguese. Check him out. Hope you've had a good Saturday, Carreras. What have you been up to? Are you enjoying this stage? We have 36k to go. Ben Healy's still trying on the front, bless him. Who, as Taylor pointed out earlier, it's an even year, so that's not good for Healy, as we have Tim Wellens out the back for UAE, 1 rider less. Bruno Armorai struggling, no surprise after he absolutely drilled that breakaway for so long. And yeah, Midnight Rider Aronsman dropped as well. We're now seeing riders shedded from this yellow jersey group. Poor Simon Aronsman. He was in that Chasse Patats, in the potato chase, and he couldn't get on. As only 1 UAE rider left at the front, we're seeing a Visma rider dropped here. I think this is Jordan Jegat now at the back of the peloton. 36k to go exactly on my stream, guys. Jordan Jegat at the back, who's a rider who could top 10 this tour, and he's struggling. Hey, Carreras, what a Saturday. Cleaning the house, editing some videos, and watching the Tour de France at the same time. That sounds great, buddy. Sounds like a lovely, relaxed, restorative Saturday. So who's this drop now? 156 drop for Decathlon. That's Aurelien Parapantra, his brother, of course, in the breakaway. But this is interesting now. It's still Groschartner on the front for UAE, and then we have 5 Red Bull riders behind him. Are UAE running out of firepower? Dare I say it? I mean, they still have Yates there. They still have Del Toro with Poggi. McNulty as well. So, no, they're fine. They're fine. But interesting Red Bull are here as well now. What are they up to? Plenty of little Trek riders here. Christian says, question, why are guys like Schmid and Ben O'Connor staying with the group and not just chilling? It's a great question. 2 Jayco riders. No GC rider in their team this year. I suppose if they can, why not, right? Show their strength to their team and other teams. And you never know in cycling. You just never know what's going to happen. But hey, it's the Tour de France. It's not like other races where if you're out of GC, you drop back. This is the Tour de France. Every day matters. Eyes are on you like nowhere else. And if Mauro Schmid can show he can survive mountains like this today, and maybe finish in the top 20, he's improving his reputation, right? Massively. More than he does at any other race with a ride like this. So, yeah, I think the Tour is different to any other race. You're all in every stage, really. But yeah, it's an interesting use of energy, like you say. But it's not like they can save energy and, you know, there's a stage suited to Mauro Schmid tomorrow. He's clearly on great form, by the way, Mauro Schmid. And Quinn Simmons as well, really in great form. He's in this group. Not the best, not the most pure mountain rider, but he's having a great Tour de France as well. Had a great one last year. He's doing it again this year. Pidcock looking pretty good in the group at the moment, just behind Visma. Like I said, really interesting to see how he goes. Spent so much energy in the last few days. It's 1 minute 36. The breakaway have no chance. I'm gutted, man. Oh, it's so sad. Christian says, yeah, I suppose that's a good point. I guess I don't know how easy it is for them to recover between stages. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if they ride 15 minutes behind in the group that finishes later, even 25 minutes behind, they still got to ride up that final climb, you know? How much are you actually saving doing that? So yeah, it's interesting. But I think Ben O'Connor, he's a climber, right? He should try and follow, even if there's no way he's going to beat Pogacar here, right? But he's got to try and follow if he can. Mauro Schmid, an interesting one, but maybe he's just supporting Ben. I don't know. I do not know. But it's an interesting question, Christian. If anyone's got any other suggestions as to why Jayco would be working so hard and Mauro Schmid working so hard to stay in that group, let us know. So I'm just trying to wait to see the gap over the top of this climb. 1 minute 30, they've got no chance, do they? And that's what it is right now, 1 minute 36. Amanda Florian, Ben O'Connor is completely out of GC. He didn't even try to ride it. He dropped in the first time trial, the team time trial. He lost about 20 minutes in Barcelona. So I can tell you now, Ben O'Connor in GC is currently, God, where is he? 1 hour and 25 behind in 48th position. Really, I don't understand it. I don't understand it, to be honest. Because he's a rider who could have stayed at about 20 minutes in GC. And in the past, he's done that at the Tour de France and moved up to claim a great place in the GC via the breakaway. He's not going to finish on the podium of the Tour just riding in the GC group. But if he can, I don't understand why you don't stay at 20 minutes, you know? Which he could have done, I think. Anyway, not for me to say. 1 minute 36 now to the yellow jersey group. 32k to go. How far out is it until the final climb begins? That's my question. We've still got about, 14 kilometers, I think, until the Col de Hague begins. 18k to go, it should begin. We now have 32.4k to go. As there it is, finally. Ben Healy is done. Ben Healy is gone. And they really could have done with him over the top of this rise, but he's blown. Ben Healy is gone. So Carapaz loses his domestique. As Taylor has said before, Healy doesn't ride well on even years, which is crazy how true it is. So now the only teammate are the twins, Anders and Tobias Holland Johannesson. Love to see it. Love to see that Norwegian fire. During the US broadcast, they showed Poggy's recovery rate, and he's been around 52% this entire tour so far. So what does that mean, Midnight Rider? How good is that? How strong is a 52% recovery rate? I don't know. I don't know the context. I don't know how good that is compared to other riders, you know? But we need Anders to stay here working for Tobias. We need all of these guys to help now into the foot of the Col de Hague. But it's not happening for the breakaway. I was so hopeful for it, you know? I really was. And it looks like it's not happening now. Oh. Sorry. I'll try not to drink into the mic. Guys, I really want to do that PCM stream in a few days where I think we'll take control of UEE, but maybe we'll decide at the start of the stream. And I think Monday rest day could be a good day to do it. So put that in your diaries, and I'll update you guys on socials as well. So follow me over there if you want to see exactly what time that stream's going to start. Yeah, that's going to be fun. That's going to be really fun. But 31k to go, and the gap is just slowly coming down. 1 minute 33. I wish we had this breakaway with a real chance. I'd love to see Carapaz, Parapantra, and Tobias, even Anders fight for this stage. You can't rule out Ina Rubio either. This would have been such a fun fight for the stage win, right? So Frank Master, I'm going to stream on both, hopefully. I'm currently streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. So whichever platform you prefer, hopefully you'll be able to join. I'm not sure what time I'll go for yet, but yeah, we'll sort that out. We'll sort that out. I think it's based on effort levels and sleep score. This is regarding Pogacar's recovery data. I'm not sure how it's been calculated and how it compares because they only show his. Right, yeah, that's the thing. Like, is 52% good recovery rate? Doesn't sound great. Doesn't sound great. I'll be interested to compare it to the other GC riders. Are Red Bull working on the front here, or are they just chilling at the front? I think they're just chilling right now. Felix Großschartner. Really strong ride again. Really, really strong rides. But yes, that's exactly what I was just thinking, Manda Florian. It feels like Red Bull are going to try something here. Because why are they so... I mean, they're just positioning themselves at the moment. But what are they going to try? You can't attack before the Col de Hague. That would be a ridiculous strategy. I think they're just positioning as I think that's Ben O'Connor now going out the back of the yellow jersey group. Tobias Foss looking pretty mad. So I think Mauro Schmid is still in this group and Ben O'Connor's been dropped. That's not good for Ben. Because there's a Jayco rider there. Is that 116 or 118? Yeah, 118. Mauro Schmid is still in the peloton and Ben O'Connor's been dropped on this stage. That's wild. That's kind of wild. But yeah, UE again, complete control. When you have riders like Nils Pollitt, who can control the first 80k, even on this terrain, there's nothing you can do. There's literally no way you can beat UE at this rate. How do you beat them? Who's there with Remco and Lippo? Good question. I think we have Cataneo for Red Bull. I think also there is Van Hills, I would guess. I would guess Hindley as well, maybe. So yeah, I think those three. Frank. I think we've got Lipovitz, Remco, Cataneo, Van Hills, Hindley. As Anders Johannesson still working on the fronts. What a ride this is from Anders. He needs some help from these guys, though. It's not going to be enough at this rate for this breakaway, but chapeau. Uno X. I'm proud of those boys. Anders and Tobias, who, by the way, did you guys see, had to sleep outside a few nights ago. Their hotel was so grim and had so many insects and stuff that they decided to sleep outside. Outrageous stuff. And I think Tobias was dropped the next day as well. So he can blame that. But yeah, it's interesting here. As you guys are saying, Red Bull really well positioned. What are they up to? What are they scheming? I can see Van Hills there. Jersey unzipped. Cataneo as well on the front. And Grosschartner looks absolutely cooked right now, but he's doing it for Poggy. And I think this would be Poggy win 25 in terms of stages at the Tour de France, right? And number 4 of this race, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, it would be number 4 of this race and 25 in his career, putting him 10 behind Cavendish in the record. It's a matter of time, not if, he gets that stage win record, isn't it? Right, here's a question. How many stage wins does Tadej Pogacar end up with in his career at the Tour de France? What's the exact number? If he makes it 25 today, let's say he's on 25 after today. He's what, 27 years old? Is he even halfway yet? Is he going to get 50 wins? 50 stage wins? Like, how ridiculous does that sound? 50 stage wins at the Tour de France. It's possible, depending how long he goes. I reckon he gets 50 exactly. Because he mentions in interviews that, you know, he's going to retire in the next few years. Like, he's not going to ride till he's 40. And, you know, he's going to complete cycling pretty soon. He's going to win La Vuelta later this year. He's going to win Paris-Roubaix sooner or later. But I think he'll continue longer than people think. I say 50 career stage wins at the Tour for Pogacar. What do you guys think? Let me know. As now the descent into the Col de Hague begins. Little valley beforehand, and then we're on to the climb. Manda Florian says 53 stage wins if he has the will to keep going for a long time. That's the factor, isn't it, that we don't know. What's his will to keep going after he's won literally everything so many times? How long can he stay motivated for? I can even see him becoming a real stage hunter, as I think this is Nicolas Prudhomme getting a bike change. Important domestique for Paul Sexas here. Prudhomme's been so good at this race. Puncture, bike change, needs to get back to the yellow jersey group now. But yeah, 53's it sounds wild. The record's 35. The record was 34 for so long. And there's a genuine chance he goes and gets what? 50 plus. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, Frank, you're right. Maybe he will quit. Maybe after the Olympics in a few years, he'll say that's me done. Completed cycling before turning 30. It's possible. I don't think he will. Not in 2 years anyway, but maybe at the following Olympics. Maybe 2032. I can see Pogacar saying, hey, I'm done, guys. I've won everything. Yeah, it's an interesting one with Poggy. It's really interesting. I don't know. I can't call it, but I can see him winning like 5 stage wins at the next 3 or 4 Tour de France. Suddenly he's at 45, and then he may as well go for 50, right? That's how I see it going. 50 stage wins for Tadej Pogacar. Crazy work. Absolutely crazy work. So 24.7k to go. The gap is 1 minute 24. I say minutes. 1 minute and now 22 seconds. The gap coming down all the time. We said 3 minutes was the gap. It's not going to happen. And the stage, I'm sad to say, is going to Tadej Pogacar. As much as I would love Tobias to win this stage, I've hit an ads break. I canny see it happening. I canny see it happening. Midnight Rider. When Poggy gets to 35 stage wins, which is more impressive? Poggy being a climber getting to 35, or Cavendish being a sprinter getting to 35? I think being a climber is harder to win stage wins. But the thing is, Pogacar's not a pure climber. He's winning stages that aren't mountains, right? If you look at the all-time list, I think Bernard Hinault is 3rd place right now. And he was a similar rider to Poggy in the fact he rode GC. He was one of the best climbers, but he won time trials. He won reduced sprints as well, you know. So I think for a pure climber to win 35 stage wins is ridiculous, but I can't categorize Poggy as a climber. And I think in years gone by, when Cav was racing, the Tour had 9 pure sprint stages every year. And when you're the best sprinter in the world by a mile, you can win 5 or 6 easily, you know. Obviously, it's not easy, but you're guaranteed 9 great chances to win a stage. Whereas I think for a climber and GC rider, you're not guaranteed that many. A lot go to breakaways or not anymore, as we're learning. But yeah, it's a great question, actually, Midnight Rider. What do you think? What's your take on that? And yeah, Florian, Prodom is gone. That's a big loss for Paul Sexas, unless he gets a little sticky bottle. You never know. But yeah, he's been definitely Sexas' best domestique in the mountains, so that's a big blow. Frank, if Tobias wins, you have to go on with his career. Vid at least tomorrow. Hey, I'd love to. I've recorded the next episode. I recorded it 3 weeks ago. I just haven't edited it yet. And yeah, like I've alluded to, I would love to talk to you guys about my thoughts on PCM in this year. My thoughts on the game at the moment. And so I feel like before I make any other actual videos, I want to do that first. So I need to record that. Yeah. I need to put my thoughts down on paper first to work out what I want to say. Because, yeah, PCM 26, what to say about it? What to say about it? I mean, I haven't played it much, to be honest. My hours on the game, 24 hours. It's not that much. For release month, you know, I'd planned so many videos this month, so many videos around PCM, and sadly I feel like I've not been able to make them, or not wanted to make a lot of them. Anyway, Midnight Rider, I think given that stance, I think Cavendish is more impressive because Pogacar has more overall opportunities. Yeah, I think that's fair to say, actually. Because you're right, Pogacar's not a pure climber. Cav is a very pure sprinter. He's limited to what chances he can have, whereas Pogacar can maybe manipulate the race to control these breakaways with his team and just, you know, be put in the situation where he's got the higher watts per kilo and he's going to win the stage. Frank sounds like an unhappy Joe. Wow. I think if I was happy about the game, I would have made a lot of videos about it already. So yeah, let's leave it at that for now. But let's talk about it in a video soon on YouTube. I hope you guys are enjoying PCM 26 anyway. Let me know what saves you're up to. If you've got a career or pro cyclist going, let me know. Anyway, we should talk about that at a later date because 20.8k to go. 1 minute 24 for the peloton. And the Col de Hague is coming. Do we have a miracle? Do we have a miracle on our hands? If Tobias wins the stage from here, we have a miracle on our hands. Come on, let's see it. Taylor says, thoughts about doing a roundtable discussion with other creators similar to what Dr. Benji did with FM. Yeah, I'd love to do that actually. And I've actually spoken to Benji about doing something very similar to that, Taylor. So I'm definitely down for that. I think that's a great idea that we should definitely get in the works. Because we need to speak about it. Yeah, Marinus, PCM 26 has FM 25, 26 vibes. Well, the game's not been cancelled, so we can say that. It's not been cancelled like FM 25, but yeah, I'm not too happy with the state of the game at the moment. That's for sure. And I know that's a similar case for the FM community with that game. Maybe Lipovitz tries to attack Jonas today. He said in an interview that he was feeling pretty good. Yeah, Mandaflorian, I can see it. I can see it for sure. I think Lipovitz has a really good stage here today. I can see him top 3 of the GC guys. I can see him finishing second behind Pogacar of the GC guys, actually. But the gap opening up to 1 minute 28. Do we have a chance? 1 minute 29. Come on, Anders Johannesson. Pull this breakaway into the foot of the Col de Hague. It's been an epic ride up the road in the breakaway. PCM 26 is a worse game than PCM 25, says Budul Mirian. Yeah. In some ways, you might be right. In some ways, you just might be right. Look at that. Tobias with a hand on the back for his twin brother, Anders Johannesson. Massive ride for his twin today. That's just awesome, isn't it? Love to see it. I love to see it. I would love a miracle here. This has been a joy to watch. And I'm going to tweet it right now. A truly a joy to watch. Tobias and Anders up the road in the breakaway together. And I would love them to finish it off with a Tobias stage victory. It's not looking likely, obviously. As Adam Yates is still here, McNulty's still here, Del Toro's still here for Pogacar, so it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen as much as we want it to happen. It's looking very unlikely, isn't it? As Anders is gone for the day. There it is. Anders is cooked. Working all day. And the Col de Hague begins. The final climb today. Chapeau, Anders Johannesson. An incredible ride. One of the best of his career. And now, can the breakaway pull off a miracle and hold on? That's the question. 1 minute 24 is the gap. It's very unlikely. It's very unlikely. 18k to go exactly right now on my stream, just to make sure you're synced up. And now does the pace increase in this breakaway? Because these guys have been relying on Anders Johannesson. Now they know they have to go all in. Now they know they have to go all in. Of course, Tobias alone in the group now, Marinus. But Anders has done a phenomenal job today. Jan Sam, I think you're right. I think you're right, buddy. Pogacar is odds on to win the stage from this situation. But you never know. There could be a miracle. And remember, the final 7K after the climb are not uphill. It's kind of a plateau downhill, slightly uphill kick to the line. If someone from the breakaway can hold Pogacar over that and just hold his wheel over the top, you never know. But yeah, let's be real. It's looking very much like a Pogacar day again. 1 minute 27. You never know. Yeah, Marinus, I'm at 17.3, 17.2k to go now. They've just turned right onto the Col de Hague proper. Here we go. Yeah, Frank, maybe you're slightly ahead, buddy. But just so you guys can sync up exactly, I'm at 17.1k to go. Make it 17.0 now. And we're going to go to 16.9. Now, there you are. 16.9k to go. So if you want to sync up, there you go. And this peloton is not big. This yellow jersey group is not big at all. As a UAE rider, I think that's Groschartner going out the back. We see from the helicam. And yes, Christian, that climb profile is terrifying. It's very irregular, this climb, I believe. Some percentages are massive. Some parts are even downhill. So this is going to be an interesting final climb here today. As a look at Decathlon. Is Prodom back in the group? I think he might be. There's 3 riders around Sexas there. And yeah, this fight for positioning into the foot of the climb is just killing the gap to the breakaway. As they turn right now onto the Col de Hague. Here we go. Yeah, you guys are pretty much synced with me. Maybe 20 seconds ahead. So I'm at 16.6k to go. 16.5k to go now. So feel free to pause it for 10 seconds if you want and play again, or yeah, just be aware you're very slightly ahead of me, guys. 16.5, make it soon to be 16.4k to go. I want to see the front of the race because I think the percentages there are crazy right now. There's Healy, straight out the back of the peloton. Little wave to the camera from our guy, Ben Healy. That guy's funny, but yeah, Frank, you're right. Poggy wants this stage win. And usually when he wants a stage win, there's no denying him. There's Anders, absolutely cooked after his day in the breakaway. Yeah, Florian, you're right. Benoot is so strong at this Tour de France. Like, look at Benoot go. Look at Benoot go. 10.5k to go on the Col de Hague, and Benoot is flying. Tiege Benoot is absolutely flying right now. And here we go. Up in the breakaway. Attack to Tobias Johannesson. Parapantra is dropped. Rubio is dropped. And Carapaz trying to follow Tobias Johannesson. Come on, Tobias. Let's go. Let's go. Carapaz on the wheel. The gap to the yellow jersey group, 1 minute and 3 seconds. Where has the time gone? Tiege Benoot killing the gap to the breakaway. And that gap is coming down like crazy. And Sexas must be feeling great today. Marinus, Sexas wants the stage win. Imagine Sexas wins this. Ayuso struggling at the back of the peloton. Juan Ayuso, not in a great position. There's Van Wilder getting drops. I see Yanis Wassard in this group. Number 4 for UAE is now going out the back. That is Brandon McNulty going out the back. But Tiege Benoot, look at this man. As now Carapaz counter-attacking Tobias Johannesson. Come on, Tobias. Hold that wheel, buddy. Hold that wheel. Carapaz with a huge attack here. As yes, 10% gradients. You're right, Midnight Rider. Here we go. This stage has ignited right now on the Col de Hague. But Tiege Benoot, what a Tour de France this man is having. In the mountains, he's so good. And Juan Ayuso is getting dropped. Juan Ayuso going out the back. Oh my word. Richardello is gone. He's not having a great tour. He's not in great form. Juan Ayuso and Pidcock are struggling here. Oh my words. Tiege Benoot is dropping Juan Ayuso and Pidcock. 15.7k to go. 15.6k to go. You can make it. This Col de Hague is crazy. Crazy final climb. And yeah, Pidcock is now really struggling. Pidcock is gone. And Tom Pidcock is going to lose big time today. And I fear the same could be said for Juan Ayuso. I think 98 for Tudor is Yannis Wassard, who's on the wheel right now of Ayuso. And Ayuso looks terrible. But guys, the gap to the breakaway, 15.3k to go as Tiege Benoot is now done. Prodom to the front for Decathlon. That gap to Carapaz and Tobias is holding at 1 minute, you know. Oh, do I get excited? Do I start to get excited here? Oh my word. Do we start to get excited at a potential Tobias victory? 1 minute is the gap. 9k to go on this climb. Pidcock completely gone. He's going to try and limit his losses. I think that's Cataneo gone. I think that's Adam Yates gone. Number 8 for UAE. Looks like his pedaling style. Yep, Adam Yates is gone out the back. Lots of riders struggling now. And Nicolas Prodom, another rider who's had a great Tour de France. And Pogacar is second wheel. Vingegaard third wheel. Sexas about sixth wheel in the group. But Sexas needs to deliver today, putting his team to the front like this. You love to see it. You love to see the aggression from the young Frenchman. The group is, 12 riders right now. Ayuso clinging on to the group. Really good ride by him. Martinez still here as well after he was dropped earlier. Yannis Wassard with a great ride today. But Carapaz and Tobias are trying everything. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. I would love nothing more than Carapaz and Tobias to win this stage. And they're holding the gap better than I thought they would, you know. Like you say, Marinus, Tobias is holding it still. And Poggy only has Del Toro left. Exactly, Florian. And Prodom is going to do a turn here. Does Pogacar then go? I think Del Toro will ride his own race now, following the group. 8.7k to go. The gap to Carapaz and Tobias is not closing, you know. Oh, my word. It's 1 minute again. As Carapaz now dropping Tobias Holland Johannesson. No. No. But Richard Carapaz is on a mission right here to try and win this stage. Tobias can't follow. Richard Carapaz, look at his expression. Look at Richard Carapaz's expression. He wants this stage victory. Oh, he wants this stage win. I'd love Carapaz to win it. I'd love anyone from this breakaway to win it and prove it can be done. How epic would it be? But Nicolas Prodom still working in the yellow jersey group for Paul Sexas. Yep, Frank, no vid tomorrow, buddy. Tobias is gone. Tobias is gone. No Tobias Holland Johannesson victory. And that also means no piano today. No keyboard today in the background. So we'll have to save that for another day. Yannis Wassard, a really strong ride from him at this Tour de France, by the way. Really good ride. His best Grand Tour by a mile in his career. And I think you can say the same for Nicolas Prodom, who's a really good rider, but that man is on fire. That man is on fire at this Tour de France. He truly is. Oh, is that Prodom gone? Is that Prodom gone? I looked away and now we have Sepp Kuss on the front. But I tell you, it's 1 minute to Richard Carapaz. He can do this. 8k to go. How long is Pogacar going to wait? Because he doesn't really need time right now. He wants to win the stage, sure, but he doesn't need to attack super early anymore, you know? So at the back of the group, we have Yannis Wassard, we have Lenny Martinez, and Ayuso, who I thought was in trouble, but he's following now. He's doing okay. And now, why is Sepp Kuss working on the front? Tell me that. Is it to control Pogacar? Because I feel like this is a fake tempo by Sepp Kuss. Look at the gap. It's over 1 minute again to Richard Carapaz. Carapaz is on an absolutely epic day right now. Richard Carapaz is on fire, guys. And hopefully you're with me in supporting him. I want him to win this stage so bad. Look at Richard Carapaz, 7.8k to go. He's fighting on. $7.8k to go on the Col de Hague. This is a really horrid climb, isn't it? Really horrid climb. But Kuss doing the work. Lipovic's second wheel in the peloton. Interesting. And it's very interesting that Pogacar hasn't gone yet. That gap to Carapaz from the foot of the climb has not moved. It's still 1 minute. Exactly, Christian. What is the game plan? I think they're trying to control Pogacar, you know. If they don't tempo, Pogacar attacks. If they tempo at 90%, Pogacar maybe waits. That's my thinking here. How many riders are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 riders in this GC group. What a ride by Voissard. He's the rider of the day so far. Yeah. As Rob Hatch says, exactly the same. Lipovic feels real good. Lipovic's feeling real good, I reckon. Yeah, Frank, what about Poggy without his glasses? What's he playing at? Look into the eyes, look into the pupils. Yeah, Jan Som, you're right. Voissard, the Swiss goat. Hey, Finley, welcome back in. Hope you're good. We have 7.3k to go here on the Col de Hague. And Sepp Kuss setting what I would say is a hard tempo, but not all out. He's not all out right now because Carapaz, 1 minute and 3 seconds. He's opening up that lead, you know. Is that Voissard gone? No. What a shame. What a shame. Voissard with a great ride so far today. I'm on the edge of my seat right now because the longer this goes on, the more I believe in Richard Carapaz. 7k to go on the climb. As Little Red Clipboard. Sorry for butchering your name. Welcome in. Thanks for the follow over on Twitch. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Saturday. Hope you're enjoying the stream as well. Richard Carapaz hitting a very brief downhill here on the Col de Hague. On this, look at this road. I mean, it's like a goat track. Out in the sticks here. Can Carapaz hold on? That's my question. Do you guys think Carapaz can hold on? Oh, can Carapaz do this? Can I even do a... Anyway, 6.2k to go, 55 seconds. That gap slowly starting to come down. If Pogacar goes, he's going to catch Carapaz. But is he going to go? Is he going to attack? Is he going to wait for a sprint? Oh, Del Toro. Is it Del Toro? Oh. Does he have a problem with his bike, Del Toro? I think he's okay. Looked like he was in trouble there, but he's okay. Marinus says he thinks Pogacar will go at 5k to go from the top. So in 800 meters, let's see. And can Sexas follow? I don't think Sexas will follow. That's my take. And Midnight Rider, yeah, I think we're still in GC group territory. But vamos, Richie. Come on, Richard Carapaz. You can do it, my friends. Yes, there is another super steep section coming right now. You're right, Midnight Rider. You're right. The favourite is still Pogacar. Don't get me wrong. But Carapaz is holding this gap much better than I thought he would. And Tobias, you know, as well, is still in this. Oof. This is a tricky climb, isn't it? Vamos, Richie. And the gap again, going to 1 minute. The longer Pogacar leaves it, the more chance Carapaz has. But this is the moment where I expect to see Tadej Pogacar make his move. Let's see. Lipovic's second wheel in this group, looking good as well. Oh, here we go. Pogacar looking rounds. Look, Pogacar he's not going yet. 5.3k to go. And here we go. Attack. Florian Lipovic. And Sexas follows and Pogacar's not even bothering. Oh my word, this is unbelievable. Guys, are you seeing this? Lipovic and Sexas clear. Kuss having to close the gap for Vingegaard. And Pogacar just looking at him saying, buddy, you need to close that. Oh, this is brilliant. Can Kuss close the gap to Sexas and Lipovic though? Wow, wow, wow. This is epic. Lipovic and Sexas on the attack. Scielmos now struggling. Matthias Scielmos getting drops. And now Vingegaard over the top of Lipovic and Sexas. Martinez gone. Scielmos gone. And yes, Jansom, you're right. Remco is still looking pretty good. He's now grimacing though. Wow, what a climb this is. 50 seconds now to Richard Carapaz. And Vingegaard just continues going now. Okay, this is interesting. And Del Toro starting to struggle. Isaac Del Toro getting drops, is he? This is so interesting. 4.6k to go on the climb. Pogacar just sat in the wheel of Jonas, who's setting a hard tempo. And Del Toro, I think, will be dropped here. But who else? Can Remco hold this tempo? And this is where we see the gap to Carapaz absolutely disintegrating. 38 seconds, 4.5k to go, guys. If Poggy passes Carapaz again, expected Tobias level wheelie slam. Yeah, literally. But look, Vingegaard setting this hard tempo. Del Toro and Remco drifting a little now. Vingegaard looking around. Remco's gone. I think Remco's gone. Oh, is Remco holding on? But Vingegaard, this is such a risky strategy. He's just hard tempoing with everyone in the wheel. I did not expect this from Vingegaard. I'm not going to lie. I really didn't. And Del Toro is holding the wheel as well. He looks like he was in trouble, but he's kind of reset and he's following. And yeah, Frank, as you say, Remco is struggling. 10k to go on my stream, guys. Exactly. He's just drifting with Del Toro. I think they're just going to try and set their tempo now. They're going to try and set their tempo. And that's surely what Jonas is doing. He's trying to gap Remco, who's going to gain time on Jonas in the time trial. Now Del Toro bridges, and there it is. Remco completely gone. 9.9k to go. Wow, but Del Toro back on again. How has he done that? Literally, Finley. Del Toro holding on by a thread. And Jonas is looking good. He is looking strong. 26 seconds, 27 seconds make it. With 10k to go in the stage, in the yellow jersey group, to Carapaz. And we have Sexas still here. Paul Sexas. What a rider. He's here, 19 years old. We have Juan Ayuso, who at the foot of this climb, Ayuso looked in difficulty, but he's still here. Now a flatter section, and Vingegaard keeps going. Jonas Vingegaard is literally riding to drop Remco. And he doesn't care about Lipovitz, Sexas, Del Toro, who are all sat in his wheel. This is unbelievable. And yes, the gap is getting smaller, Marinus. 23 seconds right now for me. 9.3k to go. Come on, Richie. You can do this. Grit your teeth, Richard Carapaz. Ramos. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Hope you're enjoying this watch along. This is a really fun final climb right now. Hit follow, hit subscribe if you're not already. Drop a like down below if you're enjoying. Appreciate you guys coming along. 9k to go. And even in this flatter section, Vingegaard continues to push just to keep Remco behind. Ignoring the fact he has Sexas, Ayuso, Lipovitz, and Del Toro, and of course Pogacar, literally sat in his wheel. And now up front, look at this, Tobias Johannesson. Come on, Tobias! Come on! He's closing Carapaz. Oh my word, if Tobias wins this stage, I don't know what I'll do. Tobias has found a second win. He's closed the gap to Carapaz. Oh, we're seeing something unbelievable here, guys. Is Tobias Johannesson going to do this? 3k to go. To be honest, I think Johannesson and Carapaz need to work together. They need to work together, and then they have each other over the top of the climb as well. But Remco is holding the gap at what, 5 seconds to Jonas and the yellow jersey group? This is cagey stuff right now on the Col de Hague. And I think this works in the favour of Tobias and Carapaz. Midnight Rider, that piano just might be played very shortly. There's still a chance. But the gap is 15 seconds. If Remco was holding this group, I feel like Jonas would then stop. Jonas, come on, buddy. You're just pulling everyone up the climb. You're not dropping anyone. Just stop. You're not gaining anything. But that piano, I better start thinking about which song I'm going to play for you guys. And Tobias goes again. Come on, Tobias. He attacks Carapaz. He's still going. Oh my word. Come on, Tobias Johannesson. Carapaz, can he follow? The GC group are right here, though. Tobias, what a ride this has been from Tobias and Carapaz. And like you say, they're going to wait for the group behind now, Carapaz and Tobias. But can they follow the Vingegaard group? What a ride from Tobias and Carapaz, by the way. This has been epic from these guys. Right. 2.4k to go on the Col de Hague. And Vingegaard is working solely to try and gap Remco Evenepoel. But he's not doing it massively. Remco at 11, 12 seconds right now. And Tobias and Carapaz have definitely done the sensible thing. They're going to try and hold the wheel here. Because Vingegaard is setting a hard, steady tempo. And he doesn't really care about the breakaway. He's just trying to gap Remco Evenepoel. What a finish we're in for here, guys. And Tobias looks comfy. Carapaz looks pretty comfy at the back of this group. Wow. This could be an epic stage. I have 2.1k to go on the Col de Hague on my stream, just so you can make sure you're synced up. 2k to go. And Remco at 11 seconds is not really... He's holding this gap to Jonas. Jonas Vingegaard is not achieving a lot here by doing this, I fear. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's dropped Remco by 10 seconds, but Remco's holding this gap now. Remco's literally holding this gap. In fact, it's 7 seconds now. Remco bringing this gap back in. $1.6k to go, and there it is. There it is. The Tadej Pogacar attack. 1.5k to go in the climb. And here comes the yellow jersey, and no one can follow. No one can follow Tadej Pogacar. But it's not a massive gap. Jonas having a good day. Sexas coming round 2. Sexas looks good. He's trying to close this. Lipovitz looking really good too, and Juan Ayuso as well. The gap to Pogacar, only what? 3-4 seconds? But now, 12%. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. And that's the gap. That's the gap for Tadej. It's so easy for him, Marinus. It really is. Oi, oi, oi. What can you say? What can you say about that? But the gap isn't as big as I thought it would be after that move. Vingegaard's still setting a hard tempo. Del Toro gone. But just off the back, there's almost nothing to separate these guys. But it does look like Pogacar's set for the stage win here. He's going to have, what, 10, 15 seconds over the top? And that should be enough for him. 8 seconds right now to Vingegaard. Remco at 24 to Pogacar. And yeah, Pogacar blowing everyone away right now. Here on the Col de Hague. Wow. 900 meters to go. Look at the fans, by the way, on this roadside. It's unbelievable. And Sexas. Sexas is dropping Lipovitz. He's dropping Ayuso. Oh, here comes Paul Sexas. Sexas is going for the white jersey. Sexas riding away from white jersey rivals. Exactly, Finley. Del Toro. Lipovitz. Not Lipovitz, Ayuso. And Remco trying to grit his teeth. There's Tobias behind. And Vingegaard has dropped everyone else. He's at 11 seconds. Then Sexas third on the roads. Can Sexas now get to Vingegaard though? That's the question. Look at him. Look at Poggy. He's gritting his teeth. And as you say, Frank, he's smiling as well. Unbelievable scenes. Crazy scenes right now. And yeah, we spoke about the polka dot jersey a lot today. And Poggy's going to retain that today with, I think, 10 points on this climb. Oh, Paul Sexas. This is unbelievable. Paul Sexas is closing Jonas Vingegaard's. He's dropped Lipovitz. He's dropped Ayuso. He's through this narrow alley of fans. Almost no room for Sexas to ride through. And oh my word. Is he going to close Vingegaard? Come on, Paul. Come on, Sexas. This is unbelievable. Paul Sexas is 19 years old. Can we appreciate that? Can we remember that? He's literally 19 years old. Look at the faces Pogacar is pulling right now. So we have 16 seconds to Vingegaard, 20 to Sexas, and then further to everyone else. And Sexas can go into the white jersey today. He can go into the white jersey, and he can even go onto the podium with Remco dropped as well. We're going to have a GC shake-up here, guys. Oh, we're going to have a GC shake-up. $5.9k to go, and Pogacar over the top now of the Col d'Arc. It's 19 seconds to Jonas, and Sexas is going to close. Sexas is catching Jonas. He's caught him. Oh my word. Jonas again has blown up, has he? He's blown too early. And Sexas is with Jonas Vingegaard. Who's closing now? Is that Juan Ayuso? Is that Ayuso closing Sexas? Wow. If that is, that's an exceptional ride by Ayuso. I don't think it is, though. It's Lipovitz, maybe. Oh, and we have some big gaps over the top. There's 23 seconds between Ayuso and Sexas on the road, which is enough for Sexas to go into the white jersey. Yeah, Lipovitz fighting back, Frank. Like you say, he's closed the gap to Sexas and Vingegaard almost. But 5k to go, and Pogacar is solo. It's going to be another Puggy win, isn't it? That's for sure. Can Lipovitz close Sexas and Vingegaard, though? That's the question. No, it's Del Toro. Wow. He looks in massive trouble on this climb the entire way. I thought that was Lipovitz closing. But it's Isaac Del Toro. Oh my words. I told you guys earlier this stream, I think Del Toro will finish third at this Tour de France. But when I saw him on that final climb, I thought, he's really struggling, but he's turned it around. Isaac Del Toro. That's unbelievable. Anyway, Pogacar opening up his lead now. 28 seconds with 3.8k to go. 29 seconds. He's going to win by about 45, 50 seconds today. He's going to be leading by over 4 minutes here at the Tour de France. But I'm interested in what's happening behind. Is Sexas going into the white jersey? I think he will. But that is crucial for Isaac Del Toro closing Sexas. And of course, Jonas Vingegaard. Because Del Toro doesn't need to ride with these guys. He could roll them on the line and gain some more time. I think we're going to have a 1-2. I think we're going to have a UAE 1-2. Poggy and then Del Toro, I think. So then 23 seconds right now between the Remco, Lipovitz and Ayuso group and the Vingegaard, Del Toro, Sexas group. That's the situation right now. Yeah, Midnight Rider. Del Toro is such a... I can't work him out. He loves the irregular tempo, I think. He's not a rider who just sets his tempo sometimes. Like today. We saw him dropped and then sprinting across to close the gap. Really interesting rider. Think back to UAE Tour earlier this year. Yeah. Hey, he had a bad day. He didn't win every mountain day, but we saw him there as well. Winning, of course. So, Evan, I think Jonas pulled the entire climb. He's trying to drop Remco Evenepoel. He thinks he needs to gap Remco before the time trial on Tuesday. I think that's basically his idea, but it's a risky strategy, right? Because he's allowed everyone else to sit on his wheel, even on the flat gradients he was pulling. I'm intrigued to see how much time Del Toro can gain here. Does he just roll them in the sprint? Or can he attack them before? But yes, Marinus, you're right. Sexas needs 13 seconds on Juan Ayuso to move into the white jersey. And France are going to love it because Paul Sexas is riding into the Maillot Blanc today. But Tadej Pogacar, the man's in a different league. The man is quite simply in a different league, isn't he? Del Toro needs to go to another team. Wow. Let's see about that, because I think he can get a podium at this Tour riding on the same team as Tadej Pogacar in his first Tour de France, remember. 1.1k to go into the Flamme Rouge. And he's opening up the gap. It's 36 seconds for Tadej Pogacar in the yellow jersey again. And he's going to win his 4th stage already at this Tour de France, making it 25 stage wins at the Tour in his career. He's going for 50. I'm telling you now, he's going for 50 stage wins in his career. But he's opening up his lead all the time, riding by himself. The others are working together, taking turns. It's unbelievable what this man is doing. Different level. And Sexas, under 1k to go, looking behind. I feel like Remco's closing the gap. But anyway, up front, Tadej Pogacar, riding through the crowds, through the barriers, into the final kilometre. He's going to win again. Crowd was unbelievable on the climb today. Exactly right, Evan. They look absolutely unbelievable. Pogacar won here 3 years ago in 2023. He won a sprint that year, and he doesn't need a sprint this year. He wins again in the yellow jersey. And Tadej Pogacar wins stage 14 of the Tour de France to Markstein. There it is. Another win for Tadej Pogacar. And now we count the time to Sexas, Del Toro, and Vingegaard. And surely Del Toro, here he comes. Del Toro attacking them. Some way out, you know. And Jonas can't respond. Can Del Toro gap Jonas Vingegaard? Yes, he can. Oh, my words. Isaac Del Toro sat on for the final 5-6k there. And Isaac Del Toro attacking Vingegaard. Sexas as well, trying to follow. What a rider Paul Sexas is, man. He's closing the gap to Del Toro. And the gap is 38 seconds in the end to Del Toro. Vingegaard, after all of that, is going to finish, what, 4-5 seconds ahead of Remco? He literally gains nothing on Remco Evenepoel there. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Jonas Vingegaard, not a good day for him. A really bad day for him in the end, I would say. Remco Evenepoel proving he's climbing well at this Tour de France. And here comes Richie Carapaz. 1 minute and 10 behinds. Ah, Richie. What a stage again. What an effort by Richard Carapaz. And hey, chapeau. Chapeau, Richard Carapaz. He made that stage today with Tobias. And the Johannesson Bros in the breakaway. Oh, man. What a stage. What a stage. Now, Marinus, it's a small win for Vingegaard. I don't think it is. He lost time to Del Toro and Sexas, who he's ignoring right now in the GC. And he failed to drop Remco, essentially. 4 or 5 seconds is nothing. And for that tactic, he needed to drop Remco by 30 plus seconds, I think. I think Remco's the big loser today. And Evan, as you say, Remco really strong. I'm looking forward to the time trial. Let's see how much time he gains there. I think he jumps Vingegaard in the time trial at this rate. Midnight Rider is excited for Alpe d'Huez. Yeah, me too. That was a really fun stage in the end. And for a while, we thought Pogacar maybe he attacked later than a lot of you guys thought he would, but he attacked nonetheless, dropped everyone. And that man is unbeatable. Unbeatable. But the tactics of Vingegaard today, I think, are the big talking point. Let me know what you think. Did Vingegaard do the right thing today? Or not? Because he gains 5 seconds on Remco, loses about 10 to Del Toro, and maybe 8 to Paul Sexas with bonus seconds. And hardly gains anything on Remco. He went to the front. He was so aggressive in doing that. And he gains very little from it in the end. Let's see the final time gaps here. 38 seconds to Del Toro and Sexas, 44 to Vingegaard, who is 4 seconds ahead of Remco Evenepoel. That is wild. That is absolutely wild. Nah, 4 seconds on Remco is not a win, Marinus. Like, for me, I think he needed to drop Remco by more today. Remco will absolutely take that. He will take losing only 4 seconds to Jonas, in my opinion. If you ask the two who are happier today, I'm sure it will be Remco. Because today's the day where Vingegaard has to drop Remco, right? It's his terrain. It's not Remco's as much. And yeah, Del Toro, I still think has a great chance of podiuming this Tour de France. Poggy is so dominant that you normally have to hate the guy, but he seems to be such a fun and friendly dude behind the scenes. Yeah, agree. He seems like a super fun guy. And a lot of people don't want to see one rider dominating the sport so much, but if it's going to be someone, I think Pogacar's a fine man to do it, you know? You know what? I've got a hot take right now. I think Jonas Vingegaard finishes off the podium at the Tour de France. I'm going to say it right now. Tomorrow is going to be a crucial day. He needs to put big time into Remco and a few others tomorrow. But I think there's a real chance that Jonas doesn't even finish on the podium. After the Giro, remember? Is that a hot take? Let me know what you think. Are you guys with me or not? I'm going to update the GC standings right now because let's have a look at them in chats. Let's update them here. So Vingegaard stays seconds. Remco stays third today. You know, it's a great ride by Remco. We have to say that. Pidcock stays inside the top 10, but only just. And Sexas just takes enough time to jump Juan Ayuso as well. Wow. Love to see that. So Paul Sexas into the white jersey today, guys. And it's so close still in this GC. It really is. Wow. To be fair, it's a decent ride by Pidcock today, limiting his losses, I would say. I think he can be happy with his ride. Okay. There is the... I've updated the general classification standings, so we should see them now correctly on the stream. Let's have a look. As you say, Bazinga, all the respect to Tadej. He's just unbelievable. He absolutely is. He is just phenomenal, isn't he? Truly phenomenal. He's something else. He's something we've never seen before in pro cycling, at least in my lifetime. Anyway, let's have a look at the GC standings on stream now, guys. They'll pop up after this KOM, which is still incorrect. Was Lippo falling back for Remco? I think Frank, Lipovitz was probably only a few seconds ahead of Remco. So rather than just riding ahead of him, 5 seconds up the road, you may as well work together at that point, right? And limit both of your losses. So I think that was the thinking. Here's the new GC then. Pogacar, Vingegaard, Remco, Sexas into 4th place, just ahead of Ayuso. So Sexas into the white jersey. But even down to Del Toro in 7th place, he is right there. He's just over 1 minute behind Vingegaard. He can still finish on the podium. And I think he will. I really think he will. That's my take. Vingegaard is going to finish off the podium at this Tour de France, and Del Toro is going to get there. To take a podium spot, which also leaves one for Remco or Sexas, even Lipovitz or Ayuso. Yeah, this is what we were talking about earlier. There's so much going on here at this Tour de France. Aside from Pogacar, who's obviously going to win the yellow jersey, bar a crash, There is still so much to see, so much to talk about. So it's so close in the GC behind Pogacar, and I'm really enjoying it. I really, really am. Wow, what a stage! What a stage! That was brilliant. I love that. That Col de Hague was much more exciting than I was disappointed, right, that the breakaway weren't going to win. And once we accepted they weren't going to win, I was, I loved that. Really, really a bit of a cagey battle on that final climb, but really fun as well. That was epic. So is Jonas going to UAE next year? Nah, I don't think so. Hey, Steve. I don't think so. But hey, Paul Sexas, the French are going to be absolutely loving this. That man, 19 years old, competing for a genuine podium at the Tour is unbelievable. Unbelievable scenes. And as you say, Finley, Jonas needs to take big time tomorrow. And I think he probably will take more time than he did today. But he needs to take big time, you know? He really does. Wow. Wow. That was fun. I really enjoyed that, guys. Hopefully you've all enjoyed the live stream today. I don't think I'll do one tomorrow. I think I'll have a break from the streaming tomorrow. But like I said, I think we'll stream a PCM playthrough of the Tour de France on Monday, where I put Pogacar on Caja Rural and we try to beat him, either with UAE or another team. So yeah, that's going to be fun. I hope you're looking forward to that. Make sure you're following, subscribe everywhere as well, so you stay up to date. I appreciate all of you guys coming. Hopefully you have a fun rest of your weekend plans. Let me know what you're up to. I have a friend coming over later. We're going to go out for dinner. We might go for a little run. So that should be fun. That should be really good. Looking forward to that. I might watch the England game later. I have to admit, despite it being a third place horrible playoff that no one wants to see. And then, yeah, of course, watching the World Cup final tomorrow. And I'll say it right now. Argentina on penalties. That's my prediction, despite a dominant performance from Spain. That's my little preview of the World Cup final for you right there. Please stream in the evening. Dude have to work. Yeah, I will probably do that, Frank. I'll let you know on my socials what time we're going to do the live stream. And yeah, we'll go from there. I won't be able to stream the entire tour in one evening though, so I might start and do the first half of the race earlier and then stream the rest in the evening. But hey, hopefully you guys are going to join. That'll be great. It'd be great to see some of you guys there. Thanks again for joining the stream today. Have a fantastic rest of your weekends, and that's it. Signing off. I've been streaming for what? How long have we been streaming for right now? 3 hours and 18 minutes. My word, my voice is absolutely cooked. I'm meant to be doing a podcast right now. After this, the Roadside Cycling Podcast. So go check that out for my thoughts on the stage if you want. Will be released later today. The Roadside Cycling Podcast. I'm doing that with my friend Tom McCracken, who I met at the Tour de France in Barcelona a few weeks ago. We met on the roadside and he said, hey, I've got a podcast. You should come on. And we've done a few since then. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Have a listen if you want. But anyway, have a great weekend, Midnight Rider. Have a great day as well, my friends. I know you've got more of your day left over in the USA, in Tennessee. So enjoy. I'll stop rambling on. I'll give my voice a little break before recording the podcast. And I'll see you guys in a stream very soon. Cheers, guys.